We are live. Flat with British, Martin Liedtke speaking. Good to be back. Happy Flatterday. Flat thumbs all. Hey. Are you excited? You should be excited. This is going to be fantastic, guys. It's so epic to see you. Let me just check my comms in order. We're going through on many formats today, guys. I'm going through first live event on the Celtic Tatarian channel for over a year. So good to see you all on the Celtic Tatarian channel. I haven't been on there for a long time. And Martinica channel also, I think, which I can't find, live on Facebook. So if you are there, good to see you as well. So I'm going to try and cover as many people as we possibly can because time, okay, is not on our side, which is not leaving, you know, in my Brian, I'm thinking, I better get my ass in gear. I don't think I got long to save everybody. Now, we have, you know, sort of made circumstances that they can't fully reset us, guys. So they keep spinning this bullshit over until, you know, everybody wakes the fuck up, which is not long, guys. Okay, everybody's working this out, and they are coming down pretty heavy on all the truthers as well. Okay, so what we're going to have a fantastic show. So excited. So, Celtic Tatarian channel, I've got a few of you in there. D'Angelo's good to see you. Mickey, what's happening, brother? Chris. And Sandy and Hippie Shake, she's over there in Celtic Tatarian channel. And over here we got Rodrigo, who's just joined us. Q Essence, Carotid, Dean, Peter from Barbaria. He's here, so that's epic. Glyph's here. Happy Flatterday, Glyph. Happy Flatterday also. Rockers, 78, yay. Glenn, Sketch, nice one, my brother. Sandy, AL, King One Eye. So you're all filling up, rallying, share this out. Let's get a big gang over here and have some fantastic fun. There's going to be a lot of laughs along the way. There will be some thoughts. I'll try to elaborate myself now of where we're going. Okay, guys? Now, let me orientate myself. Hi, Ginny. Great to see you. Hi, D-Check. Alva Billy, my brother. Dank, good to see you. Crowbear, good to see you. Fantastic. Flat thumbs all. Flat thumbs. Yeah, no. So, this vlog. Okay. Now, this vlog's a bit mind-blowing. There will be nugs, mind nugs, as you can see in the title, right the way through this vlog, guys, okay? You know, lots and lots to splatter your Brians that you may not have known before or don't fit with anything else in the official narrative. Mind-blowing stuff. Now, what I'm going to start with, guys, okay, is a narrative. Now, let me tell you where we're going or what I'm thinking, guys, okay? Now, I'm thinking this. I'm thinking, right, they are still hanging on for some reason and haven't fucked off yet. And it's getting a bit annoying and really frustrating, isn't it? So we need to push them, you know, over the edge a little bit more, don't we? So I think what I'll do, you know, the way I decimate, you know, history and, you know, expose great truths to humanity, I think I'll do the same in regard to destroying NASA. Which is not going to be difficult to do, guys, because I've got a load of stuff that's just going to completely decimate NASA. So I think I might do that in the near future. See them off, because that's really annoying after 5-6 years almost. Yeah, that's coming. Definitely coming, guys. I'm going to definitely have them. So I've got a lot of stuff to bring out on Flat of British and paradigm jumps and stuff that I'm getting puffed out thinking about, guys. So I'm sort of building up. Make sure to share this out, 192 of you. Okay, guys? Now, this is what we're going to look forward to in this. So I've found some rare footage which poses huge questions. Now, it's fucked my head up, really, because, you know, trying to reconcile what is exactly going on. Okay? Now, you'll see what I mean when I show you. Now, you won't have seen any of this footage before. You won't have, okay? I've watched nearly everything on the History Channel, on all of the war channels you could ever imagine, and every YouTube on this specific subject, and I've never, ever seen these before, these films that I've dug up, okay? What they show you is the damage after Fat Boy. Now, if you know what Fat Boy is, okay? It's a boy that's at sea, that floats up and down. But it's also the name of an apparent atomic bomb that was dropped on Nagasaki in 1945. 5. Okay. Now, It's dialectic. This, in my mode of thinking, to me, it's a nuclear hoax. Okay, to me, there is no such thing as the implosion technique. Otherwise, after all of these years, they would have done it by now. Okay, nothing, absolutely zip on any regard. Just a load of very hooky films of the tests and a load of very hooky people behind it, behind the bomb, and the same people who were behind NASA. Okay, we all know the narrative, guys. A load of Nazis brought over, Operation Paperclip, the Manhattan Project, Werner von Braun, all of these suspects, especially the Oppenheimer brothers and later Edward Teller. And Jack Parsons, guys, the JPL. Okay, these people are Satanists. These people are occultists. They're members of OTT. And these are the people, they're black magicians that bring you the sciences, space, imagination, because it's only imagination out of evil people's minds. Okay, guys, with zero fucking proof. None. 6 years I've been on this. I just spent 10 minutes not debating with somebody who wants to go on about circumferences and, just basically stuff that he's been told and not using his instinct or his critical thinking skills. It's really strange. I really would like around now, okay, for all the globers to actually wake the fuck up. Do some research. Soon, the penny soon fucking drops, okay? The penny soon drops. When I show you the bullshittery of NASA next week, you'll soon see clearly. Or alternative, read the Holy Grail of our Flat Earth, where we propose the Flat Earth magnetic model for this place without any doubt that it's flat. So we're going to talk about, right, I'm going to show you this film. Now, these are the questions, and this is what we've discovered in this vlog concerning Nagasaki. Not Hiroshima, Nagasaki, a city. Mainly, all of the people die in just factories. The problem I've got, okay, guys, for a city of hundreds of thousands or 240,000 at least, okay, 60,000 they say die, but in the footage, nobody is there. There should be 100,000, 150,000 displaced people, and there is nobody around. There are just a couple of families that look like they're new arrivals, and they're all really healthy, very, very happy. Does that fit with the nuclear bomb? You get to January the 1st when the American military come in with their Geiger counters, no radiation clothing. But then you get to 5 years after this and the city's up and running and back again. Are we missing something, guys? Are we missing something? This is like nearly impossible. What the city shows you, okay? I'm not saying that it's a nuclear weapon because I don't think, the Jesuit Jewish conspiracy to bring in an implosion technique, which is the reversal, okay, the explosion, okay, which is the reversal, again, what they do with everything in their satanistic bollocks. I don't think it's a thing. But what you do see is beyond imagination, guys. I mean, it really does take some swallowing when you see it, okay, is a melted city. It's literally a vitrified city. And what's more, if you look at the thumbnail for this video, it shows you the expositions, the British expositions. And they were in Kyoto, Tokyo twice. They were in a lot of Japanese cities. And what you find, a lot of these Japanese cities look like Tartaria. Is there a link? Well, we'll have a look along the way. Also, today will be proposed. So we've got 289 of you watching. Please share this out, guys. It's Flatterday. We're going to have most excellence. It won't be too rude later on. It'll just be, art and stuff. Okay, it won't be too many jokes or anything like that. It's not going to be one of those shows. We'll start serious, but I will give you a good balance, okay, of happy things and thoughts. But the first bit has to be seen. Okay, 1,000 thoughts and discoveries, decodes, etymological decodes along the way. Thoughts of what I've been thinking about, because I've got a really strange Brian, and so I've been thinking about some stuff. And we're going to talk about a narrative that was given to me by my brother, Zachary Zambala, who is Good Times for All, who is Zach, who's fucking epic. Sent me a link for something that I wasn't even aware of, which was a major event worldwide in 1833. Apparently, the sky fell in. Apparently, all the stars came down. Have you ever heard about this? Apparently, it's more common than you might imagine. A lot of atmospherical funniness happening just lately. People are sending me photographs of strange lights. Last night, Walt from Iron Media showed these same similar lights. They look very much like what I posted on the Flat Earth British Think Tank channel when they supposed that it was Skylink leaving, or Skylink, which Elon Musk claimed for, but also the British military said it was operation, so they claimed it as well. But what we witnessed was squadrons of what look like planes flying out of here. Now, there's loads of scenarios of what could have happened, guys. Could it be that we're all already dead and they've reset the place and they're running a simulation hoping that we won't find out and some of us are noticing? Could it be that? Or could it be, as we think, an ascension from fourth dimension to the fifth dimensional realm and, no stopping it whatsoever? It's already happened. Is that where we're at? Well, that's what most people think, guys. Okay, no. They can't reset us. We've already won. I don't know how many times I've got to keep saying this. It's quite clear, guys. They just called a pandemic with no reality on the whole of humanity. It doesn't become any clearer. And what the outcome of all of this is, well, use your imagination. It'll be exactly what we want it to be and not what they tell us it's going to be. You get it? That's right, guys. We intend it, and it will come. Let's not listen to them, and let's not do their brainwashing. Okay, guys? Because that will lead to disaster. So, we're going to talk about wireless America as well. How early were they using wireless technologies in the world? Okay, and books to prove that they had a lot of advanced technology a long time before they told you. Okay, along the way. Images of the day are pretty fantastic, and we're going to think about all sorts. See what I got time for, basically, guys. Okay, I've got a lot of stuff to share. So, Flat Earth British. I just been watching your Vanna vlog, Lee. Obviously, because you can hear you in my voice. We won. And you bang on. You was an essential part to it. That moment, that day in that van, every single thing changed on this plane at that instant. And I knew it. And I knew it at that instant. I remember thinking there will be no going back now. They won't be able to go back now. That is it. Now, it's no coinkydink, guys, that I have been talking, I just wrote a fucking book on it. I've been talking about reset for probably 3 years or more. Why? Because I take apart history and decode it, guys, and this stuff has happened over and over again. They killed millions, billions, even trillions before us, guys. Okay, we are not safe in their hands. They have to go. People think that they can just bring up a law, or maybe the common law can help us now. Guys, have you actually read any of the protocols for a pandemic? We've lost all of our human rights, guys. We have none left until this shit fucks off. Guess what, guys? That's right. It's not going to. And if it does run its full course, which will be the same as a world war, then we're looking at 5 years plus. How many will be left then? And whoever's left, will they be controlled? Completely and utterly bitches, one of them. Because they're the only ones that are going to go for this vaccine. Now, Cardiff, where I live in Wales, has just been, luckily, hallmarked for vaccination centres, a load of them. 10 in Splot in Cardiff, 1 in Pentwyn, 1 in my area here. Now, we've been watching the infrastructure being put in for these places. Now, when you read the small print on this is very fucking dodgy, okay? A, contagions are not a thing. B, they ain't got a vaccine, and they never will. Don't cure for the pan and common cold. So, what are they for? We need to stop this happening, guys. All of us together. Protests, they're just getting fucked up and locked down. They're walking straight into traps, guys. That's why I haven't been fucking going. Been to a couple, speaking to the camera, Babylon keeping the fuck away, allowing me to say what the fucking hell I want. And I did. I called it right out. But no people. No press. No nothing. Jack shit achieved. A few hundred on YouTube. I'm risking my fucking for that. And we need more. We need more people, guys. We need everybody in the world to rise up. Every town, village in the world, rise up, say no more. No, No consent. We do not consent to this insanity, and you lot got to stand down. You all got to go. Every single government, world leaders, UNs, WHO's, all of them got to go, guys. All of it. Complete paradigm change. That's what everyone knows what needs to happen. Everyone's just scared, nervous. Of what? It's too fucking late. Wake up. It's not going to change. We got to make it happen. It's down to us. There's no one else in this place that's going to do it for us, guys. It's us that does it. Really? Trust me on that. Lee? Basketball, don't touch the deck. Vaccines don't penetrate. Well, they say in quantum mechanics, the atomic structures never actually, the magnetic bondings or the electrical bondings, sort of bounce off one another, and nothing actually connects ever in this place. Okay, or we're not even sure. Quantum foam. Anyway, I had a little rant to start off, but you got to know how passionate I am about this, guys. You don't give up your life to truth to fudge out at the 11th hour when the fucking shit is on. Basically, you do what needs to be done. Okay? Now, let's have a look at you. There's 385. Make sure to share this out. And I don't know many's on the Tatarian channel. I don't know what's happening on Facebook. Good to see you all. There's only a few. See, I've got 24,000 subscribers on the Tatarian channel. Yet 12 people or something turn up. It's really fucking weird. Anyway, nuclear hoax. Okay, nuclear hoax. Now I'm going to show you something, and I'm going to show you what I've noticed. It's just mind-blowing stuff. And let me know what you think about in chat, okay? NPCs need a name. Okay. What else we got? Julie, that stuff. Now, Julie here is in chat. Give me some cracking stuff on bells. Mind-blowing stuff, guys. I'll have to present it in the week. I'll talk about it. Shared this on Discord. Hate the name. I don't like the name either. But thanks to Talia Meltage. Much love to you. Hi, Carl Garrison. Good to see you. Mike. Kind of Dummy. And Squirrel, who is patrolling chat. Fucking epic Squirrel. Flat thumbs. Happy? Okay, flat thumbage. So I've got lots to show you, lots to share, but we'll do it along the way. Okay, guys? Now, hi, Mary. Good to see you. Hi, I'm human. Hi, Jenny Love. As well. Scott. In the Windy City. The Windy City is awfully pretty, but they ain't got what we got. Now, I'll show you some comparisons. Now, all of the footage for nukes online is absolutely bullshit. We know this. This stuff's a bit different. I've not seen any of this before, but I'm going to show you what my eyes are seeing and see what we think about it all. Okay, guys? Okay, there'll be no, it would just be me talking about it. There will be no volumeage on it, okay? I will do a commentary, so to speak. If that makes sense. Okay. Excuse me. So what we got here is a few images. Now, the problem is with these images, right? These are official end of World War II, bringing in another paradigm of the Cold War, another psyop, exactly like, what's happening now with the vid. Which doesn't the vid sound like VD? Sound like a sexually transmitted disease. But what you get is they say that it was not the original target, basically Nagasaki. They were going to another town, but it was obscured by clouds. And they said, oh, Nagasaki was almost completely obscured by clouds. We seen a break in it, so we went for it and we dropped a big one called Fat Boy. Now, the photographs do not match the video footage. So are we looking at two Nagasaki's? Are we looking at somewhere completely different? You'll see what I mean now. To me, that's two images. This is this column and this upper mushroom. Now, a mushroom cloud is a smoke ring, like you blow a smoke ring with a cigarette. It's indicative to actually, an implosion. But implosions you do not need. And you can cause an implosion by a load of fertilizer on a coast in a Libyan city to cause a mushroom cloud. You all see how that went down this summer. So apparently the score is here is this is a photograph of Nagasaki from outside the city. As you can see, everything's still in situ. And this is apparently the mushroom cloud. See the similarities? Yeah, it's completely different. That can be just conventional. That can be just cloud, CGI, whatever. And what you find is it's got a lot of Tatarian buildings. You notice a lot of mud flooders as well. And, the concrete buildings pretty much stayed. But what you see we'll look at that later, is absolutely horrific. And I will show you now exactly what I mean. Now, what you got here is some footage of the Nagasaki burst. Now, we've seen some of this online on YouTube of Enola Gay, but this one's a plane called the Big Stink, but it was renamed actually after that. But let's just have a look and see what we think. So it does not match the photographs, and it's from a plane. You'd think that the airburst would hit the plane, but it doesn't for a little while. So they say that they're at 18,000 feet, and the bomb's released at 1,800 feet to cause a full airburst effect. And that is apparently the bomb over Nagasaki, apparently killing instantly 60,000 factories. The factories are absolutely mind-blowing when you see them, what they've done. I can't even get my head around how this has happened. It's not a nuke. They're using something else. Could they have used Fache's technology, some sort of microwave technology, or something completely different, like the holy hand grenade, the orb, or whatever else they have? Because it surely ain't what they're telling us, because that is from black magicians, and I ain't believing them. We don't believe black magicians. I don't believe them. Anything to do with the Crowleyites or them sort of people, we cannot believe. I can't. So they say that's a mushroom cloud from Nagasaki, and the city below it is boiling away. Okay? And it comes as high as the plane at 18,000, they say. So, CGI? Or are they actually photographed? That stopped then. That column stopped and there was no mushroom above it. Did you actually see that then? By there. This black column, just after this. Keep an eye on it. It looks like two separate shots. Why would that be black and the upper bit be white? Highly dodgy. I'm not thinking that's the thing, and I don't think that plane could be flying. If it was like what you imagine a nuclear bomb to be, or an atom bomb to be, I don't think that would that plane would be at all safe. At all. It would melt, wouldn't it, or something, or it would be fucked up. So not to go into the narrative too much, I explained, Operation Paperclip and the Nazis a little bit earlier on, but I want to talk about where the people are. And one thing I stumbled upon in this film, guys, is the city's empty, very much like San Francisco, only 10 times worse. And then, at the end of the film, they show you a load of arrivals. I mean, lines and lines and lines of children. No adults, just children being brought into the city. I shit if you not. Are they doing the same there, that they bring in arrivals? Remember, I know this is Japan, but China's got countless empty cities, guys, and there's a reset, some sort of depopulation. The Agenda 21 is ongoing. They're going to get us into mega cities, and they're going to empty the countryside for them. We know how this is, going to be, come into fruition. We know what they got planned, guys. They've been telling us forever. Anyway, the estimate of 35 to 40,000 people were killed outright by the bombing of Nagasaki. A total of 60,000 to 80,000 fatalities resulted, including from long-term health effects, the strongest of which was leukemia, which is attributable risk of 46% from bomb victims. Others died later of related blast and burn injuries, and hundreds more from radiation illness from exposure to the bomb's initial radiation. Most of the direct deaths and injuries were among munitions workers and industrial workers. Most direct deaths. So they said they had a miss with the bomb and hit this works. This is supposed to be Fat Boy. Now, what I find fascinating with anything to do with Fat Boy or Little Boy, the other stupid fucking make-believe bomb, is they're kept in cattle sheds. This is supposed to be the most. Hundreds of thousands of people worked on this, with the plutonium and the uranium and everything else that they went through with it, guys. And they make this shitty little bomb and they keep it in a steel shed, Fat Boy. And it was a miracle that it worked. because of the implosion technique had never actually been, modified. Look at it. What a piece of crap. Are they having a giraffe? Two blokes. That's a nuke. You want to be careful you don't make it go off. And there it is, been put into its shell. Physics package, nuclear device, about to be encased. Apparently, the guys in the aircraft had to put the detonator in at 18,000 feet. These planes did not have pressurized units inside. They were absolutely bitter, which is why they had combat jackets, etc., because they were freezing. So yeah, it was used by conventional explosives, all fired in sequence. Okay, but they had to be in sequence to be able to cause critical mass for the implosion technique to cause E equals mc squared, which is more bullshit, to come into fruition so the mass could be produced exponentially, as in a nuclear blast, because that's all E equals mc squared actually is all about anyway. And there is the implosion technique. Boom, 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 boom. To the center one, all at the same time, causing an implosion. What a load of bollocks. Yeah? They even tell you all the things, done. I'm not like, a quantum physicist, but I do understand this stuff. And this is just insanity. Yeah? Again, out of a realm of something you can't prove that's even there. They're just telling you that what they're telling you is they put it into another dimension and explode it out into this one, is what they are telling you. It goes into the quantum realm and then explodes out. X-ray motion picture of the implosion technique to get critical mass for an atomic bomb to actually work. Or so they say. And there it is. Fat boy. Just like the Phoenicians with their terms. So we're not going to be looking at Hiroshima. We want to look at Nagasaki. Now, what I got here is some film that is atomic physics, physical damage. But what I want to just skim through. I do not want to show you the whole thing because it's quite long. Okay, the Tsar bomber, all his atom, they wouldn't let me show. You'll see in this video, they kept it from me. So yeah, they wouldn't let me show it, and I'm sure it was different to the one on YouTube. So what you find is this is January the 1st, or this is months after. So there's some people there, this little boy on his bike, fair enough. The people you do witness seem happy enough, but try and just imagine the devastation. Because when you see it, everything is completely melted. And to me, nobody's injured. And like this guy here looks, nicely washed. He's got his uniform all nicely pressed. I don't think this guy lives in this city. I don't think there's anywhere inhabitable in this city. And someone, please tell me, why is it by 1950 the city's back there with skyscrapers and traffic and nothing's happened? And the same happened for Hiroshima. Isn't this supposed to be a radioactive half-life? When the thing's radioactive for 70,000 years, you can't fucking step in there, you'll die. Tell me, how is this even possible from this rubble to a busy, American-looking city? Take a look, 1950, Nagasaki, 5 years, it's all there again. So all you get for a city, like I've estimated there should be 150,000 survivors. There's no tents, there's no refugee camps, there's only the odd person around, like this chap here, who's got, he looks like he went through it, but he hasn't got any burns or anything, he's got a bad leg. Let's have a look. So 475 for of you watching. Could do me a solid, share this out. Let's get a gang over. And you on the Tatarian channel and people on Facebook, please share this. There's lots in this post. So yeah, this guy's having a look around at sweet fuck all because nothing is happening because everything is dead and gone. What blew my mind the most, I think, was these industrial plants. How you'll see, it's just, I just took my breath. So it looks like he's been through it and he's all right. He hasn't got his skin off or anything. He's in a pair of flip-flops going through the highly radioactive dirt. No problemo whatsoever. Okay. But you get families turning up, really, healthy-looking families. Now, like Hiroshima, Nagasaki's hospital stayed operational. It doesn't look like there's much of it left. The landscape is just gone. It is melted. It is bubbled. So I'm not, you know, I'm saying that they haven't got any nuclear weapons. Look at this thing in the background, guys. Can you see this shit? It's up on the hill. It's sort of like a Tatarian hospital or something. I'll show you. Like a Tatarian building. Anyway, it's all melted. They go back to it in a minute. So everything's gone. Nobody's about except for the few American soldiers. Don't see any Japanese hardly. Only the ones working for the Americans. Oh, these are Japanese. Where is 150,000 plus people living, and why are they not in any of this footage 6 months later? And why are the only people in the footage actually arrivals? I'm going to move it on a bit because it's glitching a bit. So this family turn up. They seem okay. They seem happy, actually, considering they just had a nuclear bomb drop on them. As you will see. So here's some arrivals. Nobody else. Check this road, guys. No one on it. No one anywhere. There's a horse cat over there, and that is it in the whole frame for an entire neighborhood. So the kids are all healthy, come into their new city. The last occupants are gone. She seems really healthy and happy. But check out this woman's features in a minute, guys, when they go close up. She doesn't even look Japanese. She looks like she's from Cardiff Bay or something. Honestly, take a look now. So they seem healthy. They seem clean. They're not scorched. They're getting some, I guess, rations off the American soldiers. But look how happy they are. Healthy family. I'm guessing the lady's husband, there she is. Does she look Japanese? Not really. She looks more Mediterranean, maybe. I'm not sure. Yes, radiation, radiotherapy. Yeah, kills fucking that radiation. If they give you chemo, you're fucked. But yeah, she looks a little bit more serious there. But they've only just turned up, guys. Where are they going to be living? Where are they going to be staying? Now, like I said, missing population, 150,000 people should be in tents, should be there. There's no one there. So is it conceivable that every single person in this city got killed? And is it conceivable that they brought in an entire new population? Is it conceivable that we're not even looking at Nagasaki and this could be somewhere completely different? Is there two Nagasakis? What exactly are we looking at? Now, this paradigm of nuclear bombs has been fucking carefully thought out by satanic types. It is all a psyop and it is all a story. So what's the real story? And what are we really looking at, guys? Well, I'll tell you what we're looking at. We're looking at a melted city only 70 years ago. A reset. Brought in 50 years of another paradigm like the vid, where everyone in the world is petrified because the government tell them it's a real thing. Invisible radiation. What else do we know that everybody is hiding from or scared of that is invisible, guys? Yeah, the vid. Just like radiation. I've actually got a Geiger counter. I do radiation readings for Cardiff. Go on Radmore's site. You can see my readings on there. So what you're witnessing in the next shot here after these people walking into the tree is the plants where they're building God knows what. But I can't get my head around the meltage, the entanglement. I tried to imagine the bomb's blast, okay, in the heat. Would the heat tangle metal? And then the blast coming through the speed of a freight train or a hurricane. Okay, 260 mile an hour winds coming through. How do 260 mile an hour winds tangle up metal like that? It's all melted. It's all tangled. It's mind-blowing. And the size of these plants are absolutely huge. So this is where all of the people apparently died in Hiroshima. Yeah, there's no one in the city except for new arrivals. And the American military documentaries on this subject are complete and utter brainwashing. I've already posted on the Tatarian channel and on the Flat Earth British channel of a Jesuit priest saying a pack of lies, saying that there was no radiation. That was the only truthful bit. And saying that he had a little piece of glass sticking him from the window, but he couldn't show us the injury at all. So nothing was happening. And he was in the hill outside of the city of Hiroshima, this guy anyway. And military films where at the time, the military and the people and the soldiers were not thinking anything like a nuclear bomb had been dropped. That was just the media saying that. They were thinking something else really terrible had happened. I can't imagine incendiaries doing this to this plant. It's too vast. It's too big. It's too mind-blowingly big. What does that to metal? Well, I have seen, okay, Fache's technology do this to metal. What I have seen, and I know a lot of you guys have seen on videos, John Levy once posted as well, is the magnetron or the electrical Faches that operates your microwave oven, basically melting metal or melting safety pins, etc. But definitely melting metal. You know, you get the amplitude right, you phase this shit, you can turn metal into something that looks like a twisted mess. I think that this is some sort of, and I think they got like advanced Phoenician energy weapons, so strong, so powerful that they can do this. Okay? And then they tell you that it's a nuclear bomb. Look at this bell here. Is it a bell? No. But it's just mind-blowing to think that these factories are just that wiped out. So let's move on a bit in the video because there's quite a bit of it. Excuse me. Now, what you find here is the Americans come in. This is January the 1st, 1946. So it's months and months after the supposed bombing. So they've come in and they're checking for radiation readings. This guy's got, I suppose, the most high-tech at the time thing. His Geiger counter. He's got like a little stand he puts it on as well to take readings. Okay, but months and months later, again, we're looking at maybe 5 months later, where is the population? Where are they all staying? And there's supposed to be 150,000 people still alive. Not only that, this question bugged me as well. How did they clear all of that metal you're looking at there and debris and build a complete and utter new city within 5 years or so? Because 1950s, this city's back up and running in a major commercial center in Japan, guys. There's big fucking questions to be answered here, guys. None of this is making any fucking sense to me at all. Something else going on. And this is a big important thing. Look at this, right? Japan is at war with America, yet their factory has been kitted out by the Americans. The Ohio Machine Tool Company, Kenton, Ohio Standard Duty. So the machinery in the plant is American machinery. What they also got shown was bunkers. Like little bunkers in the side of this hill that got exposed. Now, Lee Flat Earth British Sub said something really cool in his Vanna vlog that I listened to. I suggest you listen to that later after this post, maybe, guys. About basically weather manipulation. In some areas are kept arid and other areas are flooded out. Now, apparently America's having major floods. Other places are in this realm too at the moment. We did have all last year as well. I posted them as well about the major floods. So thanks for that, Lee. Yes, it may have been you. But with HARP or weather manipulation, they are definitely keeping zones in this place dry and very arid. Is it because that the rain could disperse the soil and show us something that is beneath it? I think this is the narrative for Chernobyl, you know, guys. I think that's why they want to keep people out of that entire area, is because not that there's a radioactive accident at all. They found something there. And they do not want the world to see it. And they got to keep everybody out because it's not real. Just like the vid, it's not real. Look at these Christian churches as well. So, you can't help but notice that everything is gone. There's nothing left, really, and the people are not there. Yet, in the official narrative, there should be 100,000 people at least living. Look at these. These are mud flooded already, these buildings. Red brick. And these places had expositions. I even found out tonight, I'll show you later, my own city, Cardiff, had an exposition, and I didn't even note it tonight. I was like, what? Really? wonder if I can find anything out about where it was and go and see and share. Yeah, really, guys. So, yeah, that's obviously some sort of blast that have cracked that. But wow. How far out is it? So these were only supposed to be small nuclear weapons, by the way. It's supposed to be like really small, like same as conventional 125,000 tons of TNT, which I sort of suggest that on the tests, the Trinity tests, no coinky dink, they call it the Trinity tests either. Have a think about that, guys. And what was jumbo at the Trinity test? They put a big tanker there and exploded it and kept the insides of it or what was in it secret. Now, some say that there was a golem produced in it because you need nuclear stuff or this blast to infuse a golem. Some say it was Hillary Clinton. But they did something with that jumbo. There was a big, massive tanker, if you like, and put where the Trinity tests were. So, yeah, big concrete hospitals, all seen Irie. But the roof was collapsed there, but the rest of it. But the people aren't staying in here, are they? There's no people in here living. Can't see anybody. So where the hell is everybody got to when there's nothing left? So, yeah, incredible footage. I'll be able to link you up with some of this. You won't have seen any of this before. I've been looking at this stuff forever, guys, and this is all brand new to my eyes and really mind-blowing footage too. It's all military, US Army footage, if you like. And it doesn't look too unhampered or altered or anyway, but it's quite telling. I think, look at that. It's very telling, if you ask me. So 559 of you watching. Thanks for joining. You too on the Tatarian channel. Please share this out. There is much to come. So more of these tangled messes. And they had a lot of factories. They were also had a giant airfield there. Full of basically Zeros. Japanese Zeros, which are a brilliant plane. Look at this. Look at the size of this plant. One man there. Whatever. Wow. Just tangled mess of metal. Heated and just mingled together. It's just, I've never seen anything like it, guys. I can't even imagine. And how many thousands, hundreds of thousands of tons of metal? How did they strip all of this down? How did they take it all away and scrap it? What an operation. What a logistical, massive operation. That alone, just the stripping down of the metal. Look at it. There must have been massive, massive plants, is all I can say. Building whatever. Excuse me. So this is a documentary. Now, I'm not going to show you all of this. It's an American military documentary. Explains it all to you. You'll be seeing very shortly now. So I'm a little bit ahead of you. And I will be presenting a full movie of all of this on the Flat Earth British channel probably tomorrow. Okay, guys? Because there's basically a narrative behind this, but it goes into, if this had happened in American City, this is the shit that you would have had. It gives you black and white footage of said event. But what I find fascinating is you get up to the end and you find the people arriving in Japan. Right here, which are a load of new arrivals. They're not school children. There's no school. And there's no parents because nobody's there. So you get to the end and they show you new arrivals. I thought that was weird. Also here, nuclear bomb tests. Now this is like, you've got, if you look into nuclear bomb tests, you have Ivy Mike. You have the rainbow bombs that were to do with JFK, etc. When apparently he's chucking nuclear bombs up at the dome to try and crack it to get in there. The rainbow bombs. Now, this one here, these nuclear tests, this is on the Trinity ground, the proving ground, just outside Nevada, outside Las Vegas in Nevada. And they're at the top, apparently, of an 18,000, or I think it was 12,000th peak, a really highest peak in Nevada or something, watching, apparently, a nuclear bomb test going off. Now, they've got like a HD camera or a camera set up there. Why, in the 1950s, is this such a shit picture? And the nuclear bomb picture is about as bad as the moon landings. Now, they got color. They got Technicolor, guys. This is the 1950s. This is a nuclear bomb test. They want you to believe that that is real. And that is your evidence for nuclear bombs. whatever. It gets worse, right? Because we have become the destroyer of worlds. Oppenheimer and his brother, they got ousted by another crazy person called Edward Teller, who's another Satanist. And he's like, now I'll make up a more bullshit, and I will add hydrogen to the bomb, and I will make it exponentially explosive, which the Russians went with the Tsar bomb, etc. as well, the H-bomb. So here's apparently a H-bomb test, which is quite comical, to say the least. So that's a H-bomb. Ivy Mike. Apparently, first H-bomb, but it starts out, let me show you when it starts out. It's very, very Disney. Very, very Disney. It's just following this. Excuse me. So the next one's Ivy Mike, and it's very, very Disney. What you see is a dome of what looks like superheated plasma, but in like all stars in there, and all of these, you know, hexagonal shapes, and it's a dome, and what? And then you get a ripple, which apparently tells you there's supposed to be some sort of blast, which looks quite animated to my eyes, and that's it. That's supposed to be a H-bomb. Wow, is that the H-bomb that's illuminating the water? Oh, they just lifted it up so you don't see it. Okay. Kaboom. So yeah, that is their reality in their minds of what they just pushed on us, guys, and what everyone went with. And a clear marker to me that it is all bullshit, guys, is this. The Berlin Wall comes down, nukes don't exist anymore, they get rid of all of the nuclear fear, bunkers don't exist anymore, no 4-minute warning, none of it is happening anymore because the Berlin Wall came down. Yeah, whatever. So, not going with that. So, I'm going to come back for a minute. Excuse me. Come back for a minute. Oh, yeah. So, what do you think, guys? Highly sinister, that film, isn't it? It's a melted city with nobody about except for new arrivals. Have we missed something about all of this? Yeah, I think we have. And how did this shit all like get rebuilt in no time at all? It's supposed to be highly radioactive. It's supposed to be killing everyone. Just saying. So we're going to do a bit of an expose on some NASA bullshit next week. Absolutely mind-blowing, that is. So let me give a few of you shouts. Coming up to 600 people. Let me see how many of you are in the Tartarian chattage. Not that many. Hi, Jersey Bob, Brian Tucker, James Brockhurst is in, and Jughead, and there's a few of you in my Celtic Tatarian channel chat as well, and Facebook as well. Okay, gone on to many formats. Try and get the word out, because YouTube are being decidedly unfair with notifications and burying everything. So now, next, something you may not have known about. And I honestly I don't even know how I missed this one. So thanks to everybody for popping by. Flat thumbs to all. Peace and love. And do you love Flatterdays? They're the best day of the week. Yeah, I know. Oi, oi, Mike. Oi, oi, Emma. And Vertic. And I said Astral. J, Radioactivity. It's got actually a name of Radioactivity. Julie. Thanks for all that info, Julie. I am working on that, but it was a lot to ingest on time. Also, with my emails, if you're waiting for a response from me, I've got so many to get through and, you know, a lot of reading to do with them. That if I spent all the time on emails, I would do no research. Nothing would ever get done, and this would never go anywhere. So just please be patient, because I do get a lot of emails, okay? People like to tell me a lot of stuff, which is epic. Keep them coming. I'm just saying, if you're thinking of having an instant response, please wait, because that's not possible. I get too much. So I'm going to share screen just again, and we've got lots of comedy later, or happy stuff later, pictures, stuff you may not have known of, and this narrative, which I'm going to show you now, which got passed to me by Zachary Sambala. Hi, Monica. Hi, Titch. Hi, everybody. Hi, Steve Watson, my brother. Good to see you. Oh, it's epic here all year. Anyway, happy thoughts to you all. Anyway, did you know about this? The night the stars fell in. Now, I've heard people telling me about, you know, stars moving or stars falling. But let's check that out for a picture. Okay, so in the hours just before dawn in November 1833, The skies across the United States were lit up by thousands of meteors. Well, they say they're meteors. We have any proof that they are? Hi, Heidi. Yeah, I'm still on. Though meteor showers are common, no one predicted the explosion of shooting stars that illuminated the night sky on the 12th of November, 1833, just before dawn. People threw on clothes and gathered in roads and fields to watch 150,000 meteors, that's 30 per second, dance in plain view during the storm's peak. One eyewitness told the Panograph newspaper of Illinois that the very heavens seemed to be ablaze, though many were spellbound, and not all rejoiced in the cosmic celebration at the time. The South was a hotbed for national religious revival, known as the Second Great Awakening. Some awoke terrified, fearing the end of days, as predicted by the Bible verse, and the stars of heaven shall fall. But in the weeks following, the newspapers demystified the showers with science. So science sort of talked their way out and put it down to astrological affairs. Now, is this something to do with the dome, is what I'm thinking. Now, we don't know what the luminaries are, guys. These could be just like Phoenician entities swimming around in their submarines waiting to get in you. They could be souls. They could be evil entities. They could be absolutely anything other than what they tell us. Thousands woke their families and rushed to the streets in the wee hours of the night to watch thousands of shooting stars dance across the sky. There's your picture. Can you imagine seeing that? Hi, Stuff Beagle. So the phenomena celestial, if it did not fall to our lot to witness the most extraordinary meteorological exhibit which appeared during the latter part of Tuesday night last. It is represented to us as having been the most extraordinary sight that has ever been seen by the oldest of our inhabitants. So even the old people have never seen anything like it. These who speak of it have some difficulty in conveying an accurate account of it. Some say it looked as if the heavens were pouring down showers of fire. Others that it resembled the falling of brilliant or burning snow. Not on occasion spit here and there, but as it looked like in a storm. Save only that the flakes flew in the opposite direction to the wind. It is said to have been a long continuance, indeed to have continued until the fires were quenched by the light of day. So, you know, it's hard to convey what they're seeing, guys, is what they're saying. Hard to convey an accurate account of it, because it's that mind-blowing. Comets here, no, that's a big part of the narrative for Flat Earth British. The, you know, comets agitate the EM. Comets bring dis-ease, and comets bring reset. So 1733, something big happened, guys. I'm not sure if any of you knew of that. Mud flood, who even knew? I don't know, guys. This is new to me. I don't even know how I missed this one for 33. But that seems a really important event to mine eyes. Okay, we're moving on. More information and different stuff. We're going to look into a place that's highly interesting in India called the city of Lucknow. Now, this is a crazy, amazing, gilded era Tatarian civilization. Now, what happens? You had the uprising or the revolt, where the Indians uprised to take out the British Raj, okay, in the 1850s and 60s. But what happened is, I think the British murdered everybody. You know, the Thuggies were said to have killed, well, I don't know, maybe 1 billion people along their time, these Thuggy assassins. But I think that the British or the Phoenicians murdered all of them too. I think they murder everyone everywhere they go. The evidence to that now, we showed on Flat Earth British, is endless skulls, and some of them very, very big. But what I have found is a photographic collection from the late 1800s of Lucknow, to go with this article, which will be very, very telling indeed. Okay, guys, you ready for that? Okay, 565 you watching, excellent. So Lucknow was perhaps the most photographed city in India in the 1800s. And after seeing the below image, it's easy to understand why. Lucknow symbolized the extreme decadence that prevalent amongst the royalty. It was the life of unadulterated leisure and indulgence, which sparkled a cultural revolution of sorts. Beauty in all its forms and patronized by the princely Nawabs. Courtly manners came to be known as Nawab Tasbi. And there it is. Lucknow is this beautiful Tatarian looking city with all of this beautiful palaces, and the place is absolutely fantastic. Now, this image here from 1870 is a really early image, and it's not long after, I guess, the revolt. But, you know, the people who are living in these shacks, selling stuff on the street in the mud, are not really the people who have put this beautiful stuff together. They're living in the remnants of it, which is what you're always finding. But look at that. Look at that place. Anyway. So we've looked at these images before of these Tatarian buildings on this river. They seem to have had some sort of mud flood. We've talked about this crazy wicker submarine a few times. Some sort of cafeteria. I don't even know what it is. I can't imagine it keeping water out unless it's some sort of scales. But yeah, it's a submarine that looks like a fish. But the mud, you know, they built all of that on mud. Because the mud's there, it looks like after. It's all there, isn't it? It's just, and you can see a lot of buildings smashed and built and burnt in the background. Okay. And they say, did you see that lovely fishing-shaped boat, or Regia? Anything be more romantic to travel in a boat? So they say that's a boat. Okay. Not a submarine. So it just floats down. And what you get is the Rajas, Nawabs of Lucknow. And here they are. I guess all of them are brown bread. Can't imagine any of them being kept on. This one was a Freemason. And the rest of the Nawabs with their arms crossed on the defensive. Some of them don't look very Indian. Some of them got blue eyes or green eyes, but some people say that designates that they were basically come across the army of Alexander the Great. Is that a dude? Oh, it's hard to tell. So, yeah, these, I reckon, are all dead. So let's have a look at some photographs of Lucknow. We have looked at it before, but not these photographs. They're absolutely stunning. How did they perform? Okay. So what we got here is Lucknow in India. The Raja here, the Brits, and they live in these beautiful, beautiful houses. This is a bungalow de Raja. So they show you absolutely stunning Tatarian architecture. And the photographer who took these, Albert Minya, is from 1858 to 1899 was his career. So these photographs are anywhere in between there. Okay, this is that same river in Lucknow. And I'm guessing that is an oil pipe. Yes, guys, an oil pipe. So let's have a look at these people. Now, in, say, 1835, India never had no poverty. It was a glittering civilization. And something in the meantime, during this period of the 1850s, what they call the Great Revolt, something really, really bad happened. I wouldn't be surprised, like I suggested earlier, if the Phoenicians didn't reset a lot of this population. This is 1899, and everyone's in a bit of a state. And not doing all of that well. Okay, so you get wick. Let me have a look at this one. So let's move on. That's just a horse and cat. So you are Tatarian buildage. Let's have a look at this. Now, Julie, who's in chat, suggested, I think it's a brilliant idea, were bunko booths, did they have bells in them? Look at this bit of tech. I think underneath it, maybe being removed. But what about this? It's covered with a tarpaulin, so it hides what's in it. Very, very intriguing, that is. The wrought iron work is fantastic. So what we got? The tomb of Zinbab Aliyah in Husinbald. Husinbad. Never heard of it. But again, with these. So with the Phoenician depictions and alchemical depictions we look into, we find a thing called the ever-burning lamp, or the lamp that never goes out, perpetually lighting. We've read about it before. Now, this is part of the Olympian thing with the torch, when they have to run around this place, and then the last thing they do is they put a torch into, you know, some sort of pit, and it lights up. And it's really, really important to these Phoenician fuckers is to do this with the everlasting light, the illumination. I think there's a clue in it, and I'm going to show you a bit later. Check this out. Why the knobbly bits? Can you see them, guys? On there. Can't get in any closer. So let's have a look. This place is fantastic. Whoa! Ka-ching. Oh, I'm going to have to light up for that. I always do when I discover something fantastic. So 600 odd of you watching. Share this out, dudes. Let's get the gang over. Let's have a fantastic night. You going to be pissing yourselves laughing later. So get your hankies ready for your eyeballs. Your poor Brian. Look at this, guys, with the resonator on top. And the wire. Holy shit skin. And the wire comes down off you. I shit if you not. Oh, wow, guys. Look at this thing. How exciting. Looks a bit like the Taj Mahal. It's got the 4 angels, 1, 2. I don't know if there's one on the other side, but I suggest there is. So, wow, what a fantastic shot. So, I'll definitely be linking these up after the show, guys, in the descriptions below. But I have to do them on, you know, basically a couple of channels. So, it'll take me a bit of time, but do be patient. So, what we got? Some Indian people with a bit of chewed. He looks like he's doing that rapper thing. Yow. But no, they really respect their water buffaloes. You know, if you were an Indian in that period, like, you'd be super rich if you had like 10 goats. Yeah, you'd be the man. So we've looked at this site many times, these elephants, and it's all below ground level because it's been mud flooded. The mud is this deep, probably about 30 foot. And this is from an earlier mud flood where it's been melted. That's when the melt and the solidification happened, and then a mud flood on top, the more recent one. And it's that 30 foot again. But you can see they've melted. Literally, guys, this stuff's melted and dripped. Can you see this? But this device inside is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And we've looked at it a few times. Few of us in this field have. I know Wiseup did a video on this site once as well, years ago. Look at this. Looks very melted to me, but mud flooded, guaranteed, because it's all below ground level and it's been dug out. So. Oh, is that a steamroller? A roller. So something I've been very busy this week on the Flat Earth British Think Tank channel. I've put out like maybe 6-7 hours of content, and some of the stuff we've been talking about has been a lot of clues to drive this forward. It's just a steamroller concerning an idea about cobble. Now, the streets of antiquity have cobble later on, it seems. And when we examine the ones from the Vanilla Sky period, like this, the streets are full of mud, especially in St. Petersburg, but not so much German cities, Dutch cities, etc. But is it not conceivable that after a reset, when everything is smashed beyond belief, to use, like in San Francisco or Boston, to use the bricks that are there, round them off or square them off and use them as cobble? In my mind, that makes absolutely perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. Why go to a quarry and, you know, get a load more stone when the stone's already there from the reset, devastated city? So Singapore, which is not India at all. Is that Singapore? Yeah, maybe they're from Singapore. Ah, look at this on the Ganges. Well, the Ganges is very sacred to these people. They do a dunk in it. Oh, nice big umbrellas. Right, let's have a look. Everything's so messy. What's that? Okay, it's an umbrella. All right. Whoa. Look at this thing. They go inside it. I wonder what it makes them feel like. I wonder if they jump somewhere else. Wow, look at that. Right, let's have a look in what they're all up to. So they've got shades, they're doing a bit of fishing and a bit of bathing in the Ganges. I reckon it'd probably be a crime to shit in the Ganges, especially with all them people, you know, they burn their dead up by there, right, say, and then they chuck them in, and then there's someone down here, like, you know, putting a bag of sugar in for their grandmother that died, and then somebody else doing a holy bathe. So I can't imagine them, you know, doing anything like, you know, taking a crap in the holy Ganges. So they haven't got much. They just got, that's their entire belongings. They've just got a bamboo, and then they look happy enough. You know? What you need? I got a bamboo. Do you like my bamboo? It's epic, isn't it? Yeah, no. So they don't need stuff. Oh, this is a beautiful HD picture. I love this. Look at this. So it's watery stuff. They don't look like they're faring too well. Their clothes are a bit raggedy. Remember, 1830s, they had no poverty in India. The British brought it in. They did it through education. They did it through the religion. And they took these people away from their golden culture, which was 100 years before was the best on earth, probably. China had a golden era too, but they're criminal towards their own people. Oh, these are strange-looking Indians. Well, he's not an Indian, definitely not. He's a soldier of some sort. It's Japanese or something, Mongolian. Anyways, move through. Really interesting. Human interest pictures are really interesting. Also, well, let's check this out for a device. Onion dome. What if you put a bell in there? The bell rung, resonated this, which lasts for ages. Also, the resonator on top. Yeah, this is 4 angels. 1, 2, 3. There'd be one on the other corner. 4. A microcosm of the electromagnetic place where we live. Always. All they are is, this is what the tech is. This is how, you know, the place that drives, the luminaries, the sun and the moon around this plane is based on the 4 angels and Mount Meru, and all you get with these buildings is the 4 angels on the Mount Meru. Is it not conceivable that these things are microcosms using exactly the same technology as this realm, what we live in? Plus, it could be construed as a computer component also, which it does look like. Then the people, not much going on. These are the people that built these great temples, apparently. So here's the other side of that fantastic site. These are the size of the people, look. Yeah? Absolutely tiny. It's a bit of, is that me or is there colour in that? Not a bit, maybe, I don't know. It looks purple. So 651 of you watching, thank you for joining. Happy Flatterday to you all, guys. So glad you could join. Always a good buzz on a Flatterday night. The more people, merrier. I hope you're all right in chat. Sorry I can't join right now because I'm doing all of this, but I'll be there shortly. So what does that look like? That stone thing there. Looks like a solar array or something off of a modern battleship, doesn't it, that dome? So what else we got here? Not too much on the statues. This is all melted, no doubt about it. And there's your mud flood. And this was all dug out. So I'm guessing it is based on the Bhagavad Gita because it's in India, so it's bound to be the Veda. But look at these stacks as well. You know, these pillars. You know, they just look like electromagnetic or electrical technology. And the mud's still inside here a bit. Some stones, something there. Tiny little people. Wow, that's fantastic. What's on there? Looks like it might be Krishna. So, I wonder what it exactly did, the whole thing together. It's mind-blowing. India got it going on. So, what's this guy? So, I guess he looks quite Indian. Who is he? Oh, he's an Indian in Singapore. Ooh, that's weird. Singapore's not India. Oh my days. It just gets better. Usage. Look at this. It's just on a waveform. If you had an oscilloscope and put it on his side, it would look like a waveform. It would look exactly like these. And then they put these statues in to affect the ether. flames, or are they? It could be waves. And these things. Do you think they're just aesthetics, these little stands that come out? Wow. What tech. Look at that deity there. Is that Ganesh or something? No, it's not. It's that. Look at that with evil eyes. Can you see that? It is beautiful, hippie shakes. All beautiful. It's fantastic, in fact. Hope you can see that weird tulips. Thank you. Could be. Could be. It looks tulips like the leaves. Yeah. All right, thanks. Yeah, that evil. Well, no, it does not show if it's evil. It looks like it's off his face Buddha thing. It's not Buddha because he's Indian, so it would be an Indian goddage. Wow, that's fantasticus. Where is it? The pen's run out. Sorry. Wow, but it's India. We know where it is. So another guy, another couple of people. Let's get some antiquity going. I suppose we could have a look at that. Horse and carriage. That's a white dude on that. British dude dressed like an Indian. Get that. And then builders of them great civilizations can't possibly be these people because they live in a wooden shack. But they were clever enough to put it up on stilts because the place probably floods. So that was good doing. It was very clever of them. Okay, let's move on a bit. Not sure how many photographs are in this. So yeah, build your house on stilts is a very, very good thing to do. In fact, get high at this period. So look at that for a palm. Wow, I love that. That is a massive, massive palm. Woohoo! Yeah, that's massive. And some junks and poor Indian children, maybe or not. They got a bogey. Oh, no, they look healthy. I'd say they look a lot healthier than British children of today. Barbaria. But they got a better diet, and the Indian diet's flipping lovely, isn't it? They live on curry and everything. And I love a curry. So let's have a look at these. Okay, what are they watching? Can't really tell. I think this is a ship's side. So he's got that grey stuff. Have you got that grey stuff on his face? No, he hasn't. He's just pale. Well, they seem happy enough. There's a guy with a these are Chinese, and these are Indians. So I'm not sure. The Indians being slaved in China? Who even knows? There's more of them. Have a look. Oh, he's very young, isn't he? So Chinese Vakulia hats on, and these Indian people looking a bit freaked out. And they're not so happy, are they? Oh, look at the age of them. Oh, it's freaking terrible, isn't it? And that is a ship. Is that merchandise of Singapore? It could be slaves, you know. Who's this chappie? Cool. Just an Indian chappie. And more people. I want to get some antiquity. And like this. So, let's have a look at this place. Nobody about. There wouldn't be. What is it? Interior of a fort obtaining in Cambodia. There's not much happening with that, but they say it's part of a fort. There's a thought. Oh, that's a nice little thing there. So look at this. India. Right. Thank you for joining. We got loads more to come, guys. Please share this out. Absolutely masses of stuff to come. Surely I'm going to be showing you stuff to do with wireless, images of the day. We're going to have some surprise film, and loads surprises. It's going to be fantastic. I hope you're excited. Okay, this is not going to load. Okay, let's have a look at that. Now, oh, I think I know who that is. Is that the author of Jungle Book, Rudyard Kipling? He does look very like Rudyard Kipling. Is it Rudyard Kipling? He lived in India. Might be, you know. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in India. And what I didn't like about the British going to India was they got to kill a lion and kill fucking stuff and pile it all up and then brag about it. Yeah, standing with their foot on a lion's head. He's a big bad man because he killed the fucking beast. Yeah, right. I don't know. They got lampposts. It's all mud, but they still put a beautiful lamppost up. So, isn't it crazy how this tiny little island of Britain manages to call the shots on seemingly everything in this realm? What gives them the power? It's the technology that gives them the power. The Phoenicians, the Queen, a Phoenician, an imposter that came in, took out Tartaria. They got the education system, the medicines, every aspect of this paradigm, guys, and it's all utter bullshit and takes us the wrong way from what we are. Look at this for a cave. Tonkin, like the Bay of Tonkin, a grotto in Tonkin. Well, that's pretty big. So there's another thing they said. We were cavemen. We occupied caves. So how fucking stupid were we that we occupied freezing caves, you know, and wore bear skins? Is it not conceivable that if we did live in caves at any time, it's because there was a great cataclysm and it would have been the only place safe enough? Is that conceivable? And not in the vast of 100 million years ago, but, you know, like after Mad Max times, you know, reset periods, when it takes the calendars off, takes 150 years to clean the place up, and you start bringing in new population from off pond or wherever else, out of the lab, underground, wherever they come from. Underground. We don't know what's happening under there. Look at this place. You know, is this Britain? No, it's Hong Kong. I've looked into Hong Kong before, and I studied the basically the aqueduct. You may see in the background in some of these pictures. Amazing Tartarian city. Look at all these mud flooded windows. Got the old ladders going on. So I'm guessing all of that mountain behind now would be covered in skyscrapers. Yeah. So let's move on. So that's that. We're moving on. Now, as I mentioned, this is another subject. Now it's curio now, guys, coming up to images of the day. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Flatterday British subscriber channel. Lee, your hair looks wicked, mate. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Killing it. Shumbaglia, and Ashmedi, and Glyph, and BVM, and Dragon Sage, too. So, how exciting. 650 of you watching Flatterday British on a Flatterday night and on the Tartarian channel. We go across many formats these days. Anyway, I'm not going to read all of this, but the clues is they reckon there is an inextinguishable light technology, etheric coronal element. Look at that word, coronal element. So they reckon it works on basically starting a jar tech, if you ask me. So the inextinguishable lamps from Roman cemeteries and Anunnaki relics that may remain luminous since manufacture in ancient times. The light is generated by a few grams of etheric coronal elements in a near vacuum. Inside a glass sphere, the conditions of the photosphere of the corona of the sun were duplicated. Bit like staring a jar, isn't it? Maybe there's some word of a vibration. The same interdimensional output of energy created heat and light above the surface of the sun was created light within the ancient artifact. It is likely that the physical gases were selected by the order to generate more light than heat, and the light and heat of the sun came from plasma of hydrogen, helium, carbon, argon, and oxygen. The plasma is generated by ACE as it converts fourth-dimensional photons into third-dimensional photons. And it goes on to say as well, further on down, about the Illuminati's first meeting, I guess in Adam Weishaupt, when the Illuminati's meeting, they said in 1766, maybe in Germany, the tomb was illuminated by inextinguishable lamp. They also say below the ground now, in ancient, civilizations below us are still lamps. that'll go on forever. Look, the ACE or ACE is a magnetic plasma. It could be contained electrically or magnetically. The same as difficulty holding the plasma in the cyclotron or magnetic bottle also holds for ACE. So I think that's even doable tech. Although I do go on about Zachariah fucking Stitching here. I can't stand that guy. Ball lightning. So it's akin to ball lightning, otherwise termed swamp gas. So highly interesting, and there's a narrative out there for inextinguishable lights. There's a lot of information on there, but I'm thinking that some of it does go from a bullshit perspective, as in Anunnaki or anything to do with Zachariah fucking Sitchin, etc. Now, mind nugs for you all. There's loads in this that I never knew. I've been looking into the Dust Bowl. I've been looking into many stuff. So we're going to go through some images. Thank you, Lee. Thank you all, in fact. This is fantastic. Again, another fantastic FEB night. So when the images comes up, I'll show you what we're looking at. Thank you, the I-1864. Thank you, everybody, for popping by. I'll come back now in a minute. No, not my nuns, my nugs. You know, like nugs, like bud nugs or nuggets. Nuggets of juicy information, Lee. Okay, so this is a red brick star for it would seem, but it looks like whatever was on top has been vitrified and melted. But look at the bottom course with all of this patterning. It's absolutely fantastic, but it's definitely stepped out like a, you know, with beaver dam technology, if you like, where it could take a pulse or a waveform or even a wave as such, or even a meltage. But this thing is red brick and a star foot, and it's had some sort of zapping. But yeah, really nice image that. And old Tataria, like I said, with the cobbles. This one is, well, it's in, I think this one's Russia. It says there, Krezhinka. Grand Hotel Mytilania. So yeah, the beautiful Tatarian Russia with free energy and some of it, I guess. But they got cobbles down here, I notice. But beautiful little colorized picture. So the reason I downloaded this image is it's I guess like a post-Raphaelite artwork. But what is she standing on or sitting on? What is that in there? You get all the fireflies and the magical feeling, you know, like in the fairy realm. But what is this? Is it a font? Is it a well? Got like a little thing in it, but it's not like a paint. The painting like a picture. So fairy realm. So one we've looked into on Flat Earth British a few years ago, a couple of times now actually, is the unbelievable early photographs from the 1840s you find out there of Edinburgh, which is a full-on, very bland looking their buildings, but it's a certain stone in Edinburgh looking down, I guess what they call Princess Street, but full of technology and no people around, but everything's mud flooded. I'd say this building here on the right hand side still had mud up against it. Nothing happening in that giant forecourt. I mean, you don't really see any population as such, but yeah, there's quite a few. I think yeah, John Levy may have posted a load of these pictures. You may be able to catch on his channel, but yeah, they're all mud flooders, guys, and crazy old picture for an early, you know, for 1820s. Now, I've been going through collections of photographs to try and get them as early as I possibly can. And I've literally got photographs, guys, from 1832. And I didn't even think the photographs, you know, in the aficionado were around there, but I found them. This is from the early, really early, I think this one's 1840s, but you're going to see the people in their crinolines, and they all have these beautiful fountains and water features and these technical circuit board city looking gardens, which are big with these Tatarians. But that's how they lived, absolutely fantastically. So yeah, this seems to be an added sculpture on this building, and what I'm finding unusual, it's not what's happened to their bottom halves, is what is that on the top? It's got hammers and sickles in it, but is it mud because it's full of skulls, or is it water? Is it mud? Is it water? What is it? HD photos in 1840. The ones from 1832, Tataria meltage, are fucking fantastic. I can't, you know, this is one of the biggest questions in this field, is the true age of photography. I've been talking about it for 5 years now, since my true age of photography post. And do you know what? YouTube deleted one of them a month ago about Berlin. I don't know what I said on it. So you may find this one interesting. I'm from Cardiff in Wales, and this is the Terra Nova with Captain Scott on board, sailing from Cardiff past Penarth Point here out at Cardiff Bay, out through there, which has got a barrage across it nowadays, off to Antarctica to die. I'm going out a bit. I may be some time. No, stick around. It'll get clear soon, and there's a food dump only a quarter of a mile away. No, I'm going to be brave. I'm going to freeze my bollocks off and die. Oh, all right then, whatever. So, artworks. And the old juggage. But it's a bust of a bust. So they're big on busts. They don't do the bottom half. Don't know. A lot of busts in antiquity. So this one. Now, what I'm finding is with a lot of these anomalous sites, is you get a bunko booth directly out the front. So I try to imagine this super futuristic thing with this with gold on top, and maybe like a, you know, like a Van de Graaff generator, and you know, these giants stepping out of here, and this mad technology going on, and just like unimaginable, really. But that's how I imagine it. You know, trying to think outside the box of how this place once looked. Maybe there's some clues in some Hollywood movies or stuff. But look at this. The bellage on a chain. The bellage on a chain. Is it conceivable that in this place would have been one huge bell? Yeah? Yeah? And something has happened? Goes underground as well, see, but they got that blocked off. What's that outside? Like a little red, I don't know, like a trident. Just left there in the... That's a clue. That's a clue. They're telling you. And here again, steel down there maybe underground. So it's a highly unusual site, this one. I think it housed a giant bell. I think it went much, much higher. And I think it got something to do with this bunko booth with the dome and the resonator on top. Yeah, it's fantastic building, that. The trident carotid, yeah, I think it's a clue. Why would they leave it? Why would they leave it there? You know, and it's sort of put into a little planter as well, isn't it? Oh. Yeah, it's fantastic, that one. I think it's to do with the bell, though. So we got some really cool shroppy images here where we can have a good little investigation into 1900s America and have a little nose around what people are up to. Basically, guys, a little bit of time traveling. Now, a lot of these cities, as you know, were just built out of nowhere. They got the Confederate flag flying there, so I'm guessing this is a Southern city. Let's have a look. St. Charles, that's going to the number 181. So what's that tram running on? Is electric. Cool. Okay. So what's that? Enunciation. What's that? Enunciation and Pretinia. They give them separate names. Right, let's have a look over here. So the car's not invented yet. What are you doing against that lamppost? I think he's putting a poster on, doing a bit of fly posting. Cut rate drugstore. Ooh, don't tell them that in the 21st century. They're fucking terrible. Cocaine's ravaging humanity at the moment, guys. And all these other weird drugs. It's like, if the drug dealer said to a person, wow, this drug's so bad, man, it's killed fucking loads, the person would probably go, really? Oh, I want some. Because this is where fucking humanity is stooped to, guys. Most things these days on the Phoenician paradigm is lower vibrational experience. Most of the things they told us we need and we have to do, we actually don't have to do. What's that place? Chav. Is that God Chav? Is that where chavs go? Any clues that I don't see, guys? Spotting. Please do speak up and tell me. Okay. So this is in London, 1880s. Okay. Oh, Mrs. Bradshaw. And prevent one better cure. So he's coming around. He's a snake oil salesman. Try our new cough preventative. So stops you coughing. Guess what it's called? It's called peppermint. Yeah, I know. Cough lozenges. So basically, they worked out that peppermint is basically good for your lungs. But check out what is he actually Toulouse-Lautrec? Check out his club foot to give him like. Otherwise, he'd be like dancing like John Travolta, wouldn't he? It's quite sad. I knew somebody once who had a club foot, a school teacher. If you said anything to him, he'd punch you though. So yeah, after a reset, when you've got a beautiful civilization and a golden glittering palace with chandeliers and everything else, it's all grass grown inside, and you basically feed your cows inside, because that's what you do in a reset. Yeah, I know. Looks like they're just making do, doesn't it? Fixing it all up. The ladders are up. The people are making good. Like I said, guys, the skeleton crews, they don't care too much about the architecture after a reset. That soldiers there making sure they do the work. And they brought their horses in. And there's grass everywhere inside of a giant cathedral. Say no more. So, another stroppy image. Now, can you see what I mean by these cobbles here? Firstly, what thing you find with cobbles is they are shaky. When you're in Europe, say you're in Holland or Belgium, the cars rattle like fuck over them. They get good speed up. Don't get me wrong. You're like, horse and carts are hell. They do not work on cobble. We showed you this on Market Street film 1906. The cobble doesn't work for horse and carriage. So why is it so non-level? Okay, when it's only horse and cart existing at this time. Can't you see that this is counterproductive to make shitty roads when there's only horse and cart and tram around? Yeah, can you see that? So it's very haphazard, and almost as if that they made it out with parts of the previous reset. I think it makes more sense. Not all of them. I'm not sure if this is cobbled. It looks to be not. It's hard to say. They've got a drain cover there, but it just seems like dust and dirt, doesn't it? Don't think it's tarmac. So what we got here is 8 o'clock on a New York, maybe street, but in America. The Curid store. Curid U, Stafford's hats. And it's a bit later because we got the motor car, the Model T Ford. For hire, by the hour, or trip. Oh my days, you don't even need the license. And there's a bell there again. Fox and Hatter, Fox 33, Kolb. Wow, doing some time traveling here. They got lights going all the way up there on that building. Christmas lights, maybe Christmas time. And on that building. Wow, I bet that was pretty. But look at that building there. That's one big flagpole you don't see a flag on ever. Cables coming off it. Loads of cables coming off that one. The energy gatherer and the pillars. And what a feel to this. Looks exactly like them ones in India, doesn't it, with these? It's definitely more of a Moorish feel to that one. Right, look at that clock, though. So much technical, so big, so technical. So what with the grandfather clock? It's a bit of a weird thing, isn't it? Big clock, and it's called the grandfather. When you got old father time and you got grandfather time. So this is Los Angeles. They got this tunnel thing that goes straight through the hill in Los Angeles, which at the time, Angel's Fight, you've got some amazing Tatarian buildings. I've covered LA many, many times, but it is fantastic, Tatarian architecture. Right, let's have a little nose down here at this street. Oh, I love to time travel. See what people are up to over 100 years ago in their lives. Wonder what's in there. So it doesn't look like they got tarmac down, although we can see drain covers and see cobble sort of underneath. Can you see that? So maybe they tarmacked over. When did tarmac arrive, I wonder? Let's have a look. Smart cloves at Steinblock Lizards. Ooh, let's have a look here. Wow, can you see all these overhead cableage? It looks just a mess. All electricity going through that, guys.
and all the lights are plugged. Oh, look at that. They got electric lights for like prettiness connected up to the electricity of the overhead thing for the trams, so they can illuminate it all with light bulbs. Wow, I bet that looks really, really pretty. And a mixture of the Phoenicians, when they put their stuff high, the lions, flowing, whatever flowers they are, the rhododendrons, and the casings, what they always do, a layer on a layer on a layer. But I think this is something to do with the flooding, where they put these different temples on top of one another. They do the same thing with the smaller ones. Always the same as with the flat Earth. They put the dome and they put the, a level over the top, a plane over the top. They've encoded the shape of the Earth into their architecture, guys. Magic architecture, like this thing. This is America, and you got a ceramic onion dome type affair, guys. And these pots you get all over the world. And what's that on there? An aerial. So that's the Grant building. That's a lovely little building there, I must say. So that one looks muddy. Sorry, I can't tell you the city. But it just goes to show you that Tataria is very much there in this American city. So this is a photograph of something else that I'm suspect of, guys. Okay. Now, in this day and age, if you're in Britain, okay, it would seem that most of the population is shit scared to do anything. Although you do get a lot of protests, but you've got a big army of police. But there seems to be millions and millions and millions waking up to the bullshittery of vid. Okay. So what you see here is London Street, and that mushroom cloud in the background is apparently a buzz bomb or a V2 rocket dropping on London. They had a thing called Buzz Bomb Alley, which apparently they buzzed all day over and landed at different sites in London. Now, the people here are looking, the men in the distance are looking at the size of this mushroom cloud. The woman's getting off the bus. That woman's just like taking a look over her shoulder. Oh yeah, a big massive bomb just went off. And this guy, he can't even be bothered. The bus just run from that area. So this is the attitude. It's either this is a psyop and that's bullshit, and the buzz bombs were not doing what they said, or the people of Britain couldn't give a flying fuck, and when the Germans were dropping bombs on us, we went out regardless. Bit like a lot of people are thinking now. We're going out regardless and living our fucking lives. Look at this for some Jesuit stuff. The eagles, wings open, opposing, and some weird sun worshipping stuff going on, which is indicative to religion. So this city, another amazing Tatarian city, also completely destroyed, was Portland, Oregon, which is fantastic architecture. And one of my favorites. Basically, it's got that pine tree thing going on. And look at this for Tataria. These massive buildings. But like I said, Portland's another one that got torched, but a lot of these buildings seem to have survived. There's a very modern-looking skyscraper in the background. So that's Portland, Oregon. Another place is suffered mud flood, and another place which is a beautiful Tatarian-styled city. Look at the dome on that one. Big church there. So what was that? If I missed it. Oh. So as I said, yeah, Japan had a load of British expositions. This was a court of honor. So this is somewhere in Japan. Apparently, I'll give you a little listing later, but Tokyo had two big ones. This is probably Tokyo. And Tokyo looked exactly like Nagasaki at the end of World War II. In fact, Tokyo is probably one of the worst bombed cities of the entire war, next to probably Dresden. So this is in Thailand. As you can see, a little temple. But what is that for beauty and color? Is that stunning? Absolutely beautiful. All of it. Tech. So would you just go in there for a sit down and a cup of chai? Or do you think that something actual would happen? What about that? That's a groovy thing to do. Why didn't it fall? So it's just teetering on the edge of stone. And then they've put a stupa on top. Or some sort of energy stone. Painted it all in gold. And you have some what looks like an energy gathering affair at the top, because aesthetically I can't imagine what this is all doing. And it's step pyramid technology on top of a giant. I wonder if it's a gold nugget. And they're all praying. behind it. So that is a fantastical, site. Yeah, I know. Wow, DMM. It's mad, isn't it? Melted. It says meltage. This one's an unusual one. I don't know if you've seen this before. This is actually in Sydney. Melbourne, Australia. Now, Melbourne had the biggest tram network in the world in the late Victorian era, and there's a transport terminal for the trams. But originally on that site there was this before the tram terminal in the 1800s. And what you find, it's not only a castle, it looks like it's a bit of a ship going on, but yeah, it's a proper what looks like medieval castle in Australia that got knocked down, and they built the terminal for the Melbourne tram system terminal. But there was a castle there showing that it's the older world. And look at these. How old are these walls? Yeah. At this period, Australia's only supposed to be in here like 70 years old, and they got like the first thing they're going to do is build big castles, is it? Whatever. So here's the resetting ball. I don't know what these worms are yet. We haven't established, but the resetting ball is the orb, or the scepter. You see the crucible, the wings over, open charge is active. You've got the serpent behind, which is a serpent, which is a waveform, and what you usually get is some sort of religious deity. Okay, got all the tech on there on top of his orb, and a little Masonic sign, which is sort of saying zap to your ass. So yeah, that's pretty sinister. Imagine that flying in. Holy shit, you'd be in trouble, wouldn't you? Or not, as the case may be. Bing. So I don't know, but have any of you seen Beaker? He's probably one of my favourite of the Muppets. Beaker is fantastic. He's basically a scientist with ginger hair, 33, and he's crazy. No, probably the Swedish chef is better. But what do you reckon this did? Is it an automaton, an automated human, automaton, or is it technology and nothing to do with people? Because it looks like a person. Any ideas? Answers on a postcard. FEB, PO Box. I haven't got one. So this is in London. I don't know if any of you've seen this. I'm going to go, next time I go to London, I'll find it. I examined this quite closely. So it's in Aldgate Pump at 80 Leadenhall Street, London in 1880. So it's a water outlet. Fountain. There's active. Water's coming out of there. And there's a bucket there. So I think there's a tap on the side. And there's a narrative about the cholera epidemic around this time, and apparently they nailed it down to a well or one of these things, these pumps. Closed it off and the epidemic disappeared, but this is a different one. So there it is in the modern day, 2017. So you've got these stepping bits still there. The font in front has gone. Decoration. So there's a tap there that's lower than the other one. That tap there is still there, yes, but they stopped the water. It's got a Phoenician head on it. The upper bit's still there, yes. That bit is still there, yes. And the great mighty lamppost or light that was on top has also been removed. The question is, are we really going forwards? No, are we fuck? They're doing a clever trick to tell us we're going forwards when really we're going right the way backwards. Look, that's all that's left. It was fab. Fresh water, probably from a stream underneath or something. So, in the expositions, as early as 1850s, you would have guns as big as this. I'm not sure what this is here, which says the Phoenix on it. But what you get is the Phoenix Saar, which is an area of Germany, or on the border, and Rupert. Saar and Rupert. So they're a steel company, like Krupp. And what they've produced is something to do with what looks a bit like the faceless night affair, but you've got a big pot with all like squiggly bits at the bottom, which is a technology, and a giant howitzer gun. Imagine the damage this thing could do. So, the armaments are a lot more than they tell us for this period of, the mid-Victorians. They had giant cannonage that could deliver shells like this. So I know, who knew? Also, bugging out. Now, the whole of antiquity shows you caves, and the whole of antiquity, for some reason, got ready and got underground. Now, you must have noticed this, guys. I've talked about it for about 1,000 times and showed you 1,000 evidences this is indeed the case. Just take a look at Italy or anywhere, right? But what I find fascinating about these, they've obviously been melted. You can see that, can't you? The rocks above them. And there's mud come in, haven't it? It's half buried them as well. The mud is still actually there, it's just grassed over, hasn't it? What I find fascinating is the style of cut. This is exactly what you get at Pumapunka with the H blocks and the other monuments you get in Pumapunka in South America. So this is in Europe, and it's slightly Greco-Romano, and they got them inlays exactly like Pumapunko. Probably cut your fingers on them. So I think the people at Pumapunko were Phoenicians, and it's the same styling. They're the same people worldwide, but that hill there was probably all a civilization. That one there, look at that building in the rock, melted into the rock. Guys, can you see that? Melted dragon sage, no doubt about it, brother. Check it out. Yeah, no. There's one there as well. What about that? As far as I can see, it's made of stone, and somebody's made the effort in this red wall to chisel out a rope knot. I shit if you not, guys. That chiseled, yeah, but you know, what's the point? What is the point? What's that say there? AKL Oak Lais. Not really sure, but I think it's really unusual anyway. So, what a fantastic idea. Instead of a radial or a bouncy Dunlop tyre, do you really need that? What if I had a load of really bouncy springs and some maybe leather to go around it? Would that be more bouncy and more durable than my Dunlop tyre, who's basically monopolised the whole world with his tyres? Did we really need them? They punctured. We had to repair them. Do you see my tyre now that works on springs and is really bouncy and comfortable? It never needs any puncture repair, and it would never really replace it. It will last longer than the car itself. So do you think that would have gone better than the Dunlop tyre or the Firestone tyre? Probably. Another skank. No, I know. Who knew? San Francisco. Now, what's happened to the ground is my question in this. I was thinking about cobble again, so I'm looking at San Francisco, and I thought, oh, okay. So in San Francisco, where there's been the earthquake, and it looks like Nagasaki, only not as bad, they have no cobble. All they have is deep mud. Are we even looking at the same cities? There's something really off. Can you see this, guys? With that, there's something that don't fit with that Nagasaki. I think it's all bullshit. I think we've been sold a yarn. We're looking at a complete reset, and they're just giving us a yarn of nuclear bombs. And this entire population was fucking killed. They were all killed. They are not there. There's no doubt about that. Excuse me. So, yeah, we had large buses when I was a kid, but what I'm trying to establish with this one is basically what is his method for propulsion? Okay, is this a steering column? Basically, is this the drive shaft? And is this an electric battery? Where is the engine? Where is the motor? And how is this thing running? But look how many. Are you there? That's pictured in. So Edinburgh to Portobello. So I guess that's Portobello Road. And a load of Victorians, Tatarians up on the roof. So how many people on there, guys? So I bet that was shit in cold days. So a bit of Phoenician architecture, which is aesthetically very good looking, but it's got, like, you know, what you got here is on the top, some child with a dog bursting out of the water. Bursting out of the water and the waves. It's all coming out of the waves. And there's ropes, like sea ropes. And then you get these strange vegetative things which the Phoenicians bring with them. We have them, I think they're rhododendrons. So the characters are not fully Phoenician. I don't recognize them really, but the watery theme is certainly there. But yeah, that's just on the under of a window arch. It's fantastic. And they even got the veil underneath, look. It's always about the veil. It's got the dove, wings open, all of the coding in one picture. So, this guy, okay, he's a hairy dude. I think he might be John the Baptist. I don't know why, just guessing. But yeah, this angel's flying down, or fairy, and she's going to give him a white tablet. Eat that, because he's been praying for it. And he's hairy, guys. He's hairy. Yeah? I don't know. There's something going on. Something going on with enunciating, isn't there? You know, immaculate conceptions. What's with that? Yeah? Yeah. Actually, I don't think it was the angel Gabriel. I think it might have been Jesus. How'd you know? Well, he said he was. Right. Okay. So you got a mirror here, and she's looking into and pointing at a black mirror and standing on some sort of bollock. Can you see that, guys? He's pointing at a black mirror. This woman in this picture here has got a blue orb, and the mirror in the middle. So, you know, what's going on? It's to do with the Phoenicians and the mirrors again. So this is an ancient depiction, which is of showing, bikes. Although we've seen this on Mayan glyphs and bas reliefs. Cycles were around in at least this period of what looks like the medieval period. He even got a pair of cow horns. In fact, he's got a really, really funky bike. Yeah, the Holy See. Shabudla. Indeed, the Holy See. Son of the Holy See. What about this? So on top of this medieval ship, okay, we've seen these before on airships. I posted about them only 2 weeks ago. Is an array of what looks like balls around the top of a mast. Also here. So try and think in this day and age's mentality why they would have a caged affair. Above looks like a Faraday cage, and then you've got these probably magnetized balls. And then this antiquitech device and other balls underneath. And you've got the half crescent moon, which you see on all of that antiquitech deviceage, yes? Which look exactly like Van de Graaff generators. So I'm thinking that they would be able to create some sort of charge, some sort of technology. Definitely could be weapon. They could even have radar in there, all we know. And they could be radars. Nothing new under the sun, guys. Nothing new under the sun. This is one of Lee's best ever shots. Lee, flat Earth British, is basically looking down from above. But can you see how it just goes down dimensionally? And it looks like there's a pit, you know, or a bottom to it. But it's not. It's a flat floor. Oh, I was also shared art. It's street art that gives you a similar perspective where you know, looks like it's going down and down, or there's water there or something. And it's just three-dimensional art, street art. But isn't it very, very fucking clever? Also, this thing here on the back of what looks like a brass from India. But they got this disc thing on the back. Is it a fan for keeping your head cool? Because you've got a big happy hat on. That might be able to pump some air in and keep your brains cool. I mean, India might be hot. What do you mean, don't play the Antichrist, Martin? Meerkat. I don't play anything, sweetness. I'm just going with my own experience. It's my own journey. And I ain't doing religion. That's my choice. I can't be forced to like things I don't like. Or could it be a TV aerial? Don't get me wrong, Kat. I'm no atheist. I'm highly spiritual. You're going to find I'm more probably godly, if that's a word, than a lot of people out there. So I don't worry about all that. If you're next to any theologian and they just melted like this guy's head. So do you think this is a statue that's just got melted, or do you think that they come in later? There seems to be some dressed stone here, guys. Do you see that? And there also. And this is definitely an eye. And it definitely looks like it might have been melted. Indeed, melted. Yeah, so I think that's a statue. It could be the top. The rest could be underground. So, super smashing great. I know. Strange helmets. Now, first, it could be orgonite technology arranged in a specific mechanism. I think yes. And there's these little pill studs there all the way around. And it comes down to your chin. So, this array over the top. This looks like it could be some sort of electrified tech or just plain orgonite technology worn on your head, which is also fantastic. Anyway, So yeah, this is John the Bappo. Apparently he's around in the Middle Ages. John the Bapto's porter. Is he saying that he's got a portal going? Because what it is, he's got, like it says, magnetism there. It's Libra again. But this is supposed to be John the Baptist. In this case, he's an alchemical. He's doing alchemy. And do you notice, again, like we mentioned before with the lamp, he's got the corona or the sun's rays going in through this jar, which seems to be important. What if you've got a homunculus in it? He's pointing a sword through a mirror, and somebody on the other side of the mirror is grabbing it. Yes, I know. And they say it's Johann Baptista, so it's John the Baptist, isn't it? In the Middle Ages. God, you'll be so careful. People are so easily upset. You've got to, like, don't think anything outside of the way I think, please. So, again, with the resetting ball, a beautiful bronze from antiquity of a angel, I guess, or angel, or whatever they are. Look at this guy. He's got something missing at the back of his head. And somebody's cracked a slit in there. I wonder why that is. Probably because it's just clamped in the back of his head. Nice ceiling as well there, though. Glass ceiling. So, a Venetian sprog angelage feeding some pigeonage. And I'm looking at you. You looking at me? Because I'm looking at you. I'm looking right at you. I'm pointing at you. What you can do about it? So, yeah, she's looking at you and she's pointing at you. I think she's got a message for you. Check that nose out. No mistaking that conch, guys. It's got no indentation there. It's a straight through. You know why? Because she's from Nose City. She's a phony. More phony stuff, but slightly evil looking, this one. It's got like a Joker's mouth. And in this grotto, what looks like melted or mud in the middle affair, but seashells and what look like fleur-de-lis affairs, but that is beautiful, isn't it? Nice thing to see that would be. Give him hell, Stuff Beagle. I'm not thinking like that. Anyway, do you know the word hell? Any German, sure, that would be helpful. I got told that the word hell in German means bright. So if you say to someone, go to hell, really you're saying in German, go to somewhere nice and bright and happy. Because it means something different in their language. You know, it's just different meanings for different words. Apparently, federal means completely the opposite in German as well. So, yeah, these pipes are coming out horizontally, and they have faces on the pipes themselves, which I think will, if there's power in the written word, there's power in putting evil faces on music pipes, I would think, would affect the ether. And always with the blank panels for the previous occupants' identities hidden. Now, this is fantastic. Why is it fantastic? Well, one, this proves that the golden era had a complete overstanding of the geometric fractal nature of this simulation, if you like. Okay? They know about the stable 8 and they know about the flower of life. They have every mode of high-end mathematics all tied into one stone feature. Check out the geometrics on this. Interdimensional stuff. This stuff had come alive. But no mistake in the flower of life. No mistake in their high-end intellect in this period. They're even dealing with platonic solids in one doorway. Mind splat. So, if you're going to build yourself a log cabin, right, how do you build it when you're the size of a dude? Now, there's their kids. I can appreciate that the kids are small, but the dude would only be up to here. So, is this a log cabin built by giants, or is this just a really ostentatious log cabin, massive log cabin built by men? I do not know. Mind splat. You know, no, I don't know what to think about that. But more giants come in. So very exciting, isn't it? So what about this? Is this a melted, solidified lizard sticking his head out above a cliff? And this is his body, just like a snake, yeah, coiled. So I think that is, you know, I think that's a giant, massive anaconda or something, yeah? Oh, I reckon. No, it's huge, isn't it? Well, the creatures could have been that big back then. Hippie chick. No. So 680 of you watching, right? Please, guys, got like maybe another half an hour or so. I could actually go on all night with usage. You know, I could just do that. But share this out. Let's get some more people over. I'm live tonight on Facebook, so hire people on Facebook, and my first live event on the Celtic Tatarian channel for way over a year, maybe 2 years. So welcome back, people on the Celtic Tatarian channel. You think it's an elephant, Lee? Oh, it might be. Anyway, this is one off the photo drop book thing. This is. I don't know what to make of it. So it's apparently from antiquity. He's got some sort of necklace on. Is it me, or has he got one of those barcode things off your mobile phone that you got to scan, for, you know, for more so in the future for all that bullshittery that's going to come down on us? But he's got a television face, hasn't he? But most to the point, he's got a code face. Yeah. So did they show up at some time? Or were they robots and you had to like code their face with your mobile phone to get in, like modern bouncers? Have you had your test? No, there is no such thing. Have you had your vaccine? No, there's no such thing. Zap! Sort of thing. Just trying to get in a pub or something. So, religion needs all the money in the world. For some reason, maybe if religion was so kind, maybe they would open their doors to all their churches and invite all of them homeless people in. Show some good Christian nature. Because that's what Jesus would do if he was here. He wouldn't let them all freeze their bollocks off in a pandemic. He'd invite them in, give them bowls of soup in the warm. Because that's what I do. Just saying. But they don't, do they? Keep the doors closed. It's all banned. Look at that for geometrics then, guys. That's fucking brilliant. It's got sun's rays and then like little stars with like little sort of worms in them. Wow, that is fantastic. I think there's more going on with that though. It's more like, you know, the dome. It's got like a mechanism around the outside. Round the outside. Ooh. So this is Glasgow, another beautiful city yet to visit. I'd really like to go to Glasgow though. I was always worried about going there when I was a teenager, thinking like, oh, I would definitely be killed in Glasgow. But, you know, because it was just full of like heavy metalers and glue sniffers back in the day. And look at this. That's actually got a Glasgow Cathedral. And the front portico is half buried. And so are the windows. And not only that, yeah, they haven't got a graveyard in it, in this cathedral. I'm guessing they're inside or something. But look at the old buildings. Look at that. It's like a sore thumb in the background with the two Greco-Romano temples. So, Glasgow was fantastic in the past. I'm guessing that's not governed. Anyway, there you are. Somebody put these on Instagram as, I guess, you know, a shout to me, Fat Earth British. So much love to you ever done this. Problem with this pic is that new ground level has Tatarian red brick at new ground level. Anyway, Flat Earth British don't miss a thing. No shit, Sherlock. I don't miss a thing. I'm going to... Lee, remember when you said to me once that, Martin, why don't you, don't spread yourself so thin and completely demolish one subject at a time? I think I'll do that with NASA. I think I've had enough of them now and their bullshittery. I'm going to literally make it so they can't come back or do any more bullshittery because I've had enough of it now. Okay? I'm going to do some real damage. So, Flat Earth British, C-scale roofage. See the scales? Yeah? See scales? Okay, Flat Earth British, C-scale age roofage. Also a technology. And that's one of these old thumbnails I really loved. I don't know what happened to the rest of the bridge, or even if it is a bridge. It's like, that's really stupid, and you can't climb up that bit and then climb over that bit. Not only that, how did it get there in the first place? Because, you'd need all of the wood, and then you'd have to put the bricks. And where's all the bricks come from? The middle of nowhere. No. This was a remnant of what was a bigger construction from an older civilization. Now, imagine in the old world or in this period, going into this nightclub or whatever it is, this grotto, in what I think is Spain. Okay, this guy looks like he's about to shit himself. It is quite novel. I think it's Spain because of the copper looks like a Spanish guard. But what you get all chiseled into it all is a few prices. Liquors are $150, whatever that is. And you get all these demonic entities hanging out of the ceiling. Isn't that disgusting? Horrible. Ugh. No wonder he looks so scared. Oh, it's quite novel, really. Yeah, whatever. So, decoration versus technology. Do we think that this pagoda building, gold, is just a plain old bog standard pagoda for staring at and it looks aesthetically pretty? Or is it this device or a supercapacitor or a superconductor or something electrical? Because it looks exactly the fucking same. So it probably definitely is. And gold is an excellent conductor. Also, these things in cemeteries, this one's like a Jewish thing. Looks like a bit of it is missing off the top because it was like a thing there. But it is identical again on the top to a spark plug. Again, antiquitech technology. What could it be doing? Bringing them back. A weapon? Who even knows what this place was? Or repurposed, probably. So, closed mind versus open mind. So, your pineal gland, when it's closed, is like the pine cone closed. Okay? The closed lotus. And the open lotus, as you can see in this bit of reliquary or antiquity, is the open pineal gland, which is the pine cone, which is opened. Okay? Earth-touching Buddha. So that's where we need to go. You need to, open your pineal gland and reality will show itself to you. They've been doing an operation on calcifying our pineal gland using fluoride, mind control techniques, etc. Now, what's fascinating about this picture, guys, is obviously it's a tunnel ripping through a hill, which has got a great wall on top and some lot of buildings, look old, etc. But it's not for trains. It's for this massive and ostentatious with the Phoenician things to horse and cats. Really? Couldn't they have gone round? The rest of antiquity seems to manage. So is it not conceivable this is repurposed and this tunnel here was for a greater, possibly rail network that existed in this city before whatever reset happened? Yes? Because that's too much. Look, horse and carriages, and they got rooms either side, big massive Roman columns, big massive archage, and all of this caper going on for horse and carts. Whatever. So that wall looks pretty interesting up there as well, doesn't it? Cool. So coming up to 700 you watching, please share this out, guys. Check this bit of technology there. So it looks like it's metal or cast, and you get like 4 angels, which look like something could go in there, maybe be poured in there. And then you get these 4 pillars, and then you get this ginormous thing on top, which looks like it could arc with these little knobbly bits. Looks like it might be copper, but would you argue with that is some kind of advanced technology left in antiquity, and we don't even know what it does? But it looks like a weapon or something. You can imagine an electric field coming off of this, and a dome going over the top. Yes, because this is in a circular compound. Something else. So yeah, the Vatican, the Jesuits, they got an obsession with death, sacrifice. This is one of their main setups. They have this faceless night, which I've been looking into for quite some time, a couple of years now. And then you have the coffin, because they're obsessed with death, which is not a thing. It's just bullshit narrative. Another Phoenician narrative, another fake narrative. And again, the Phoenicians with the plaques with no information per se, just showing you they're either mirrors or showing you through cheek the eradication of a golden era. And this beautiful brass, I take it, it's worn away, so it could be quite ancient. I can't give you the size on it, but it looks beautiful on camera, on picture. So brass head, strange nose, strange eyes, strange shape to its face. So, hard to say. Okay. I'm afraid my computer's a little bit behind yours. I'm following the other feed for the chat feeds, I am, guys. So there you are. I'm up to scratch now. So hi, Jamie Oakley. Hi, Hippie. Hi, Miss Tree. Hi, Cheryl. What's happening? Good to see you, love. I'll give you all a shout now and come back in a minute. I've got some more stuff to show you. So you get these giant pyramids, which they call Newton's obelisks and Newton's pyramids, etc. But you get these. Now imagine if it was like this, guys, in the past reset before it. Giant steps going up to these giant columns, and then in the air, a city kept out of the way of any floods. Yeah, because it looks exactly like like an oil rig. Yeah, on the legs that oil rig has. So that would be a really superb way of protecting your city from any floods. Is to put breakers on the bottom. Yeah, how are they getting up there? Do you think, guys? Elevator inside these? Yeah, I know. So there's Queenie Elizabeth, right? Now I didn't know this about him. I mean her, right? Now I knew she was a Nazi because he was mates with Adolf and gang. I think he was always hanging around with Ribbentrop, getting on business. So there's Queen Mum, okay, and there's the Queen and Princess Margaret doing. He's like, go on, do Nazi salutes. We're only the King and Queen of Britain. It's not going to matter, okay? And not going to matter that we're going to war with Germany. But check out Queenie, right? She's got fucking tattoos on her arm, guys, like a biker. Are you sure the Queen was not a Hell's Angel before she was recruited to be Queen Elizabeth? She's got tattoos, has she not? Or are they added? She's got tattoos. Dank. Queenie's a biker. I wonder where else she got tattoos. Him, Lee says. Yeah, I know. You can see the face as well. It looks like, they're very horsey looking, aren't they? Look at them shoulders. I know. So, in the loving memory of Henry Fiddler, who died 1890 to 1929, also his wife, Fanny, she died in 1957. So Harry was a Fanny Fiddler. Cameos I find fascinating how they can exist for so many years. There's some cameos out there which they state are Roman, 2,000 years old, and they look like they made yesterday. So this bell aquamarine cameo brooch in gold with the diamond, ruby, and pearl. I sent photograph courtesy of blah 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 blah, but Art Deco aquamarine diamond necklace in plutonium. And that is that there. But look at the size on this stuff from antiquity. Aquamarine stone. Yeah, fucking beautiful. And what about this? These brooches. Venetians. But they say they last thousands of years. It's bullshit, isn't it? It's very recent. So this is something else we've been thinking about is Fabergé eggs. Is it possible the Fabergé was making eggs and giving them to Alexander and family, to Nicholas and family, okay, the Romanovs, as a relic of air balloons that once existed in the Tartarian, because all air balloons in Tartaria look like, a lot of them actually, like the Montgolfier brothers, look like eggs. And this one's got a horse inside. So, egg of Alexander III is one of the imperial Fabergé eggs, a dual Easter egg at the last Kaiser Nicholas II gave to his mother, who was widowed Empress Maria. Anyway, 1910. And as you can see, they're just like the craziest of things. I would love to, be able to find one in a charity shop. But yeah, this one's more your Russian dolls affair, an egg with inside an egg. But aren't they fabulous? And they look like air balloons. They even, the way an air balloon has string on it to hold the cage underneath. Air balloons do, don't they? Have these on. They got exactly the same. This whatever it is, netting, just like a balloon. So these could have been like, this was a famous balloon, that was a famous balloon. It could have been massive. So this spray is fix a flat. So apparently, if you get this spray and spray it on your ass, it goes so like that. But I think either or are fine. So maybe no need for fix a flat. But it says flat on it, so that's good. What about this stone? let's have a think about this stone, because that cut there is absolutely perpendicular and flush, isn't it? There's no, bobbles sticking out, no gaps sticking out, almost as if a Zindi weapon had cut through it, or like a laser beam had ripped through it at some stage. Maybe. But what are they? Any ideas, guys? A flabby bum, says Henry. So what you reckon, Carrington? What you reckon, Hippie? What you reckon, Niven? What you reckon, Horace, Charles? What you reckon, Jonathan? I don't know what's inside Liddy. It's like it's fossilized something. It's this year's interest in this feature. But yeah, what about the cuts? It's got 2 stands as well. So that's not a natural cut, obviously. That's like laser cut technology. Anyway, so there you are. Fabergé looks exactly like a blue. Beautiful artwork from 1903. So, highly sought after, worth millions. There's another one there. This one in a beautiful green color. And more laying down. So you can witness these at the Hermitage in St. Petersburg. There's some on exhibition there. And just the big deal for the whole of the Romanovs and their Fabergé eggs stinks of something else going on, doesn't it? So this is something else I was looking into, was Oklahoma and the unbelievable Dust Bowl. As far as I can see, guys, this is naturally made. They dry this place out, and then literally the fields just blow away. They say it's from over agriculture, and they blame sort of more progressive circumstances rather than natural. But I think it's definitely man-made and not to do with the industries. Now, this is the sort of thing in 1900 copyright picture that they experienced in Oklahoma. So it came down like that. I can't be sure if it's actually a picture or it's superimposed, but it seems to be ripping up the world and giant stones, etc. Okay, Oklahoma cyclone. Now, another anomaly is it's a cyclone. You have twisters and hurricanes, and I think they go the other way in Oklahoma, don't they? But this is a cyclone like what you get in China or in East, so a vortex that goes in an opposite direction, I think. But as far as I know, I didn't know they had cyclones in America. So this is footage of Market Street. Somebody sent to me, I can't remember, I think it's Shake, one of you anyway, you guys, I think it's Julie. They had an owl and an owl on the side there just before it left the street on the San Francisco 1906 earthquake footage. There's an owl. Put in there. This is Mohammed Ali. Okay, Cassius Clay. And where he is there is in my area here in Ely. He came to our local boxing ring, which was pretty piss poor, common folk boxing place where I used to go boxing when I was about 14 or 15, when I was in high school. That's it in there. And years before, Muhammad Ali came there and visited us all. I missed it because I was like, this was years before me. But yeah, this guy was still there when I was there. Muhammad Ali came to Ely. Who knew? I know, pretty fucking epic. Yeah, he's a big dude, him. So there's a little narrative concerning the Oklahoma cyclone. This is an instantaneous photograph. So it was a photograph, guys, of a cyclone which passed through the town of Wipoka Woods County in Oklahoma at 6 o'clock in the evening, May the 18th, 1898, destroying 18 houses and other property. Cyclone was presented and accommodated by a rapidly falling, excuse me, I can't read that, barren something or other. Clouds were very low. Anyway, so it was a photograph, guys, 1900, of an action shot moving of a cyclone. And there was a second one as well, a funnel, more elongated, more destructive. Really anomalous, these cyclones in Oklahoma, blowing the dust away. So, Spooky Nun. She looks like she's really pretty, and it looks like she's floating down here. And this lady's saying to her, oh, it's her again, that spooky looking moo. She floats down here, Yeah, I know, I've seen her. So, like the penguin in the Blues Brothers, This nun floats. She looks holy. This woman doesn't look holy. She looks like a Phoenician. She's even got the faceless knight with Phoenician stuff on the armor, and the Gorgon on this strange altar, which I take is a shrine of sorts, just some incense burnings and stuff, but not looking altogether displeasing aesthetically. But yeah, well, that's actually a painting. Looks like a photograph again, pre-Raphaelite. So I know what you're thinking. You're wrong. What you're looking at here, guys, okay, is Indonesian mussels. So I'm wondering if the Indonesian mussels, or the sea crustacean itself, is called a mussel because it looks like a mussel that maybe one or three of us recognize. So that's pretty fantastic. I wouldn't mind getting some Indonesian mussels, guys. So just saying. I know. They're mussels. There's nothing rude going on. What's the matter with you all people? Wow. This is fantastic. I'll show you in a minute when I come back on screen. I bought a book in a charity shop, £1 the other day, and it was photographs of Britain through the 20th century. This was fantastic. What you find here, okay, is the first infrared shot in 1930. Now, I'll show you in the book in a minute shortly. It's beside me. And the shot shows, from Beachy Head in Kent, the whole of the Isle of Wight in infrared. Not only that, you get a completely flat horizon in the background, and there's lights in the background. Now, if that is France in the background showing up, guys, that must be at least 60, 70 miles away, less, maybe 60 to Cherbourg, which is probably the nearest city to the Isle of Wight across the channel. So I think that France is even showing up on this shot. But regardless, this must be hundreds of miles square infrared shot, which shows the whole of the Isle of Wight and a completely flat horizon. Now, guys, if there was a globe, right, this should show some curvature, at least on the horizon. This way a bit bending, or that way bending. Some curvature from that shot, if you're on a globe, and it shows none at all. So, yeah, infrared shots been out a long time before Toland's, 1930s. Now, this is fascinating as well. This is opposite what looks like the back end, behind St Paul's Cathedral in London. So you've got one of the greatest things in antiquity, built by Sir Christopher Wren, apparently, but not. But yeah, you've got these ancient buildings behind it. Didn't the Great Fire of London take these fucking things out? They're all mud flooded. There's a window there. But what a state. I think there's one person there. Right next to one of the greatest things in antiquity is a bloody rubbish load of buildings. This one's a good building. I love this one. So obviously she's a mud flooder. Stairs going up. Greco-Romano. Load of stuff come off. So it's had some sort of damage, weather damage. But look at the roof. Pine cones. And look at these starry things on top. And all the wires coming off. And the aerial on top. But there's some smashing. There's some of the balustrade has been taken out here. As well, you can see. And there's some damage there. So, but yeah. What a fantastic building in a muddy field. With technology. So, I posted this today on my community page when I shouted this show, guys, okay? Now, what you can see here is some, what look like Japanese or Chinese people being carried on a raft across a river. Now, is it me or are these two guys? I don't think it's a perspective thing because this guy's head's at least twice as big as this guy's. And this guy looks like twice as big as these guys. And this guy looks massive too. They look maybe a little bit more normal size. This one may be a bit bigger. As far as I can see, these two dudes here, they might be prisoners, okay? They are at least twice as big as these men here, or these men here. Would you not agree? Do they look like giants to you? Because they do to me. What do you think, guys? Finest Planet says giants. Need more homeschooling, Carl. Yeah, just watch Flat Earth British. So, here's mud flooded. a temple of a Hathor somewhere in Egypt, and you can see the red brick stuff underground level, all battered and melted. This place is still there though, but the mud is still halfway up it there, coming down here and all the way up to there. So even then, in that period, the roof's completely melted and gone, shot. So I would say a lot of that is buried in the ground, and there's also other stuff there. So it's not the Hathor temple, but it is a temple of Hathor, which was probably a fertility clinic in antiquity. So this is the Raj and the uprising, where they probably killed millions and millions of Indians, and which is what I think has happened. I think they genocided the Indians bigger than anything you can imagine, because that's what the photographs for Lucknow show, a reset civilization. Look at this. What's that big cannonball? It's going to go in that little cannon. And what's that there? You know, this is not, you know, look at this fort thing as well. Nothing goes with anything, and there's never any fighting. It's always after. And what? So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 10, 20, maybe 30 people holding that garrison, if they're lucky. Whatever. So here's a cool little mud flooded window, and it just shows you how ridiculous a notion they are. So in the rain, it would splash up, it would soak them. In the hail, it would become dangerous. In the snow, it would become completely buried. In the floods or in the water, it would fill up with water. There is no good reason to stick your window down below ground level. It's actually quite stupid if you think about it. So obviously, something else going on. I like this. This is another cemetery art piece, but again, with the juggage hanging out, which is also, maybe not though, but she's looking like a melancholy, and she's got the gown going on, a flowing material, and she looks cheesed off, waiting for something to happen. Melancholia. Nice cemetery art, nevertheless. Just soldiers. Mellage is in the house. Woohoo! What's happening, Mel? So this is a photograph from the Crimean War, which I've got a good collection of, by the way. I think there was something else completely different going on with the Crimean War. I think it was a mopping up of Tataria, and I think the entire narrative for it is complete and utter balderdash. So this is Pope Pius XVI's papal car, because the Pope needs a big train car, okay, in a special papal station with a load of shit all over it and a load of shit all over it, because that's what the papal people do. So this guy, he's standing in the mud. Now, like we mentioned earlier on with the cobble, in this photograph, it's mud, and you see a little pile of cobble. So looks like they're getting, either the cobble's been raked up or they're getting around to cobbling. I don't know what he's got in his hand. He's trying to sell something. So it looks like old world London. So what's the matter with everybody? I don't know, because people are just like shitting themselves and can't get, just can't grow a fucking pair. This little girl's like, go away, you bad men. He's laughing. He thinks it's fucking funny. You'll be laughing on the other fucking side of your face as soon as it comes, guy. And she's like, you bad, bad men. Get back, you're evil. She can see that evil, guys, and she can see it's a wrong one. So, a little hero child. Yes. So, I'm guessing either the man who done this dinner arrangement is a homosexual or it's a female. Because basically, maybe that's just a style of serviette. It's called dickette or something. So what do you think, guys? Do you want that on your Thanksgiving? They're not mushrooms, Dingo. Oh, they might be. Maybe they're edible. I wouldn't want one, though. So this is sent by Mel. Okay, this is... I don't even know his name. I don't even like him. His eyes are too close together anyway. Instead of like the usual bullshit they say, it's actual fraud, treason, and genocide. Indeed it is. So, more to come. I got loads today, so make sure to share this out. Nearly 700 of you watching. Let's break over that 700. I can't see how many are in the Tatarian chat feed or on Facebook, because I ain't got it on at the moment. So, what we got here now is a collection of bells and spooky churches. Okay, so take note of this golden thing over here. This is a Dionysian affair, is what it's called, because I just named it. But it's to do with Bacchus, as you'll see. So this is supposed to be a Jesuit Christian church. They need all the money in the world to make it the most ostentatious. What I love is the artworks under each archage. And what I love as well is the colours on these marble columns. The purples, the blues. How are they doing this? And look at the artworks on these ceilings. Yeah? It's just craziness, guys. This is craziness. Look at this. How are they making? Like, oh, all right, I get you can get a strata that's got blue marble. This must be an exceptionally rare find in a marble quarry. And then to be able to put it on a lathe, turn it, and deliver it and fit it in a church when the whole world's on cats and fucking horses. Does any of this make sense to you at all, guys? No. No, it doesn't, does it? I know. Just have a look at these artworks. Because this is like basically a work of art. The whole building is a masterpiece. Again, with the blindfold. And that's Cupid. Shoot that poison arrow through my heart. Use the heart. See, ABC were telling us something, guys. Look at this again. So you get this mouth, and then above it you get like death in the skull. Okay? And then you get this strange plasma burst and angels breathing out fire and lizard. Well, look, sure that's a dragon. And Phoenicians. And if you look closely, there's I don't know if you can see this here when I'm pointing with my cursor. Yeah, it's actually a foot sticking up. You see that? 5 toes. I think it's a foot. I think there's someone dead in there. Clickety clack styley, you know? You don't know. Just further up. So it's the dove. So it's the plasma burst. The dove from above. Angels. More fire. And an anchor. An anchor. Like the news anchor man that anchors you in. And these strange crustaceans. All sea related. All Phoenician related. And this one is fantastic. So you get these Phoenician angels, or have you, made in marble. She's holding hands with the dead, and they're all like in a melted civilization. I should have you not. Look, see all of this? It's like dripping and melting and dripping and melting because of the plasma burst, because of the plasma event. And she's pointing up. Yeah? Yeah, I know. It's all in there. It's coded. It's NHS wants your plasma. Yeah, no coinky dink there, Mel. The blood is called plasma, is there? And guess who's in charge of all the blood? Yeah, I know. The Queenie. Did you know the Queen was an heavy metaler before she was Queen? Yeah, man. Yeah, she was a Hell's Angel. So yeah, look at this detail and craziness. Wow, that is so trippy. But you know, to me, it just feels. Sorry, no offense to anyone, it just feels a bit weird. Evil, really. Anyway, that's just me. So this angel's showing you the plan of a fort or some building or something. What else we got going on? The plaque. And just incredible detail to a ridiculous level. No need for it, really. But the coding, as we say, the dove with the wings open and the plasma all in the hidden between the clouds, which is always the case. And look at that, you've got a 20, 26 and a, what's that? An SS. Is that 28 and an SS? Difficult to say. Difficult to say. And they're beautiful vaulting again with a plasma burst. What's in the center is somebody holding a little Bible in the center. What does that say? VENN PENRO10TA. Maybe you can see it a bit better than me, guys, but it's still the same plasma burst, you know. Wow, that is crazy. That's a reliquary or something. It just goes to show you here, like, you know, that this is a Christian Jesuit church. Yeah, in their mouth of this monster with 2 eyes, it actually says Sancti Dionysi Martyrs. and it's got a reliquary. You know, it's Dionysus, guys. This is Dionysus. This is Bacchus. You know who the other name for the entity of Bacchus is actually called? Well, there's many personifications in this place, guys. He's the one that wrecks humanity, don't you know? Master of lies. But what is that? What is that? Reliquary. What does it look like? It's like a bit of wood? I don't know. But anyway, this place is full of reliquary, apparently. No, bells. Bells, bells, bells. This bell is impossibly big. And it's on a wooden top, a wooden lintel. Trees grown all over it. And obviously, whatever held it is smashed beyond belief and has disappeared. Now, that bell can't be rung in the modern day or now. It's touching the floor, so it wouldn't have a toe. Even if you hit it from the side with a hammer, it wouldn't have a toe. It would just be dull. It needs to be elevated in the air. So this building, whatever it was, partly buried for this thing to be hanging there. And it probably would have had a hammer hitting it. But it is beyond big. How were they found in this thing? How were they placed in this thing? And how is this stuff done? With the modern narrative is impossible. This was a golden civilization with massive bellage. Here's another narrative, yeah? Okay. Gloria in whatever that is. But you got a bell. So I got really, really good stuff on bells. Thanks to Julie, who shared in chat. Thanks, Julie. That was fantastic stuff. But it's just a little bit too much to, cram in one day or so. I need to chew it all over. So what's it say on there? Is that love? Santos? Maybe Z. Not sure. So there's another ginormous bell. And another one. So is that no will bell? Not so sure. Anyway. Dun, dun, dun. Now, I got more to come. I'm going to come back for a minute. See how you guys are doing. Because I haven't seen you in a while. And basically give you all a few shots, etc. Yeah, there I am. Flat thumbs. I'm so excited. Woo-hoo. Ding, 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 ding. Flat thumbs, flat thumbs, flat thumbs. Good to see you all, peeps. So, 698 of you watching. Let's have a look how many are watching on the Tatarian channel. I don't even know. Let's have a look. Anyway, good to see you back at the Tatarian channel. We have 255 watching on the Tatarian channel. And we have 700 watching in Martin Liedtke channel. To my estimations, that is over 1,000 people. Ka-ching! I know. I'm buzzing now. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I've got more to come. You sticking around? Okay. I'll stretch this show out a little bit because I got some good juice. Okay, not that. Over 1,000. Love you all. I know. Smashing it. Stike, I'm going to give you all a shout now, brothers and sisters. Okay, it's great to see you all. So happy. So, Fritz, good to see you. Tatarian Meltage, Flat Thumbs, Tatarian Meltage. Thanks for everything, Tatarian Meltage. Alva Billy, 1,000. Really? Yeah, over that. We'll get some more in now. Make sure to share this out, okay? If everyone gets to hear me and I speak my mind, we can save humanity. And this is the object, the whole object. I'm going to save humanity, peeps. Are you going to help Flat Earth British styley? Yeah, you are. I know. Thanks. Share this out. Cheryl Bailey, who's my favourite witch doctor on earth. Cheryl, thanks, love. Steph Beagle, such fun. I've got more fun to come. We've got loads more to come. Carl Garrison, have you watched this week on Flat Earth British Think Tank channel? It's been fantastic. We've had a fabulous time. I've been posting on there all week. So, Valdus, I've seen you earlier. I was posting on Instagram earlier as well to give this an advert. Horace Child, Hot Knives in Your Eyes, Liddy, and I know, Niven. I'm always thinking Niven. You know that. And in Flat Earth Tatarian chat, we have Psycho Dave, woohoo, Kent Woods, my brother Brian, who's in Llanelli, Memory Man, Connie Lingers. Hiya, Connie. Oh, I love you. You're so kind. You sent me smudging sticks. Make my house, my flat, all cleansed and just matting vibration in it, which worked. Thank you. We also have a nice stream. We've got the best hangout going. Sapoyot. So thanks, Dick Richards. Thanks,
Ben Thompson, and thanks Teresa Smuts, thanks Richard, thanks Jersey Bob, thanks Pacific Northwest Bear, and everyone who's also in my Tatarian channel chat. And guys, if you're on Facebook as well, I'm not sure how many of you are watching on there. I've got a couple of thousand people on Facebook as well, so hopefully maybe Richard shared it. Maybe there's many of you watching me on there as well, so that would be fantastic. So I've got more to share. I'm going to need a drink. I'm on the old smoothies. So I'll be talking for ages. So lots of cluage there, don't you think, guys? We've got more to come, though. Stretch it out a little bit. Have you got a happy hat on, Isabel? Make sure to get your happy hat on. And you, Chris Duggan. So let me scroll back and see what I've missed. I noticed Jazz Soldier Mellage just turned up. Oh, Alex out of Magic. How do you do the things you do? I don't know. I think it's this. Well, it's the Most High, isn't it? It's just, communicado. I am Long Frog. Good to see you, brother Catface. Sue is Waking Possum. Good to see you, Sweetness. Mrs. Tree. Robert Hector. Sorry, Robert. Not Hacker. James Brockhurst. And right. Okay, right. Let's give you some stuff and information and some thoughts shared between me and my friends. Now, I've been thinking about bedazzling. Okay. Now, in the movie Menester of Goats, there's a technique you can use if you're psychic or you're psychic spy sort of thing. It's called the twinkly eyes technique. It's like, well, you do twinkly eyes, and then you got them. Okay. Yep. A lot of people in power have practiced the twinkly eyes technique. Okay, guys. So there's a different version. It's magic. Okay, but you've got to be careful of this one. Okay, yeah, you could become a victim of this. Okay, so be careful. It's called the bedazzle. Yeah, to be bedazzled. Now you've seen the film. Okay, don't pretend you haven't seen the film Bedazzled. Okay, we all know about that, don't we? Okay, with what's his name in that? So yeah, bedazzling is a technology which is magic without words, where somebody, okay, can bedazzle you, okay, and that is it, guys. You'll be gone. You'll be bedazzled. And I tell you what, there's no cure either. So other things I've been thinking about is, the BBC propaganda unit that started before World War II, yeah, guess what its nickname was? Anti, as in anti every fucking thing. Why did they call anti back in the day, famous British anti? Because it's anti. It's anti-us. Other thoughts. This one's from Mellage, who was in chat by there. Wood Nichols loved your Brendan Fraser. No. He was. I was thinking more Liz Hurley. Yeah. Anyway, Logan's Run. We talked about this a month or two ago, didn't we? Logan's Run is a movie which is very much like what we're living in. And what happens is you reach a certain age, you've got a little disc on the palm of your hand, and you have to go in this carousel and go round and round when you're 32 years of age, and then basically get laser beamed and killed, okay, if killing is a thing. They never get to 33 years of age. Cluage. So, other things I've been thinking about, just crazy mad thoughts, is what is with Jason Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat in the Bible? Now, what exactly is a Technicolor Dreamcoat? Well, it's a coat that gives you dreams. What is it made of acid? Why is it Technicolor in the, Bronze Age? Food for thought. I think there's some kind of technology, guys, thinking about it. So, like I said, Cardiff has been chosen for vaccine centres. I'm not sure what's going on with all of that. It's a bit annoying. But this week, I'm going to be dismantling NASA. Because I've had enough of them. And I've had enough of people not waking up to the flat earth truth. Because, to me, it's completely obvious. Okay? I don't understand why people believe devil worshipping fucking pedophiles, because guys, the people of Manhattan Project and Operation Paperclip and the people who brought out NASA, okay, are all them. Don't trust them. So annoying. So yeah, this brilliant book that I got has showed you this infrared picture of the entirety of yellow white. And it says that basically this is a new technology. I'll read it out to you. This picture of the Isle of Wight was taken in 1930. Let me bring it by here. In 1930. It's one of the earliest examples of infrared photography from Breachy Head in Kent in the distance. Infrared photography uses film as is sensitive to both visible light and longer length infrared radiation waves. Infrared plates enabled the photographer who took the picture to obtain hitherto elusive levels of clarity cutting through the haze and the mist. 1930. Shame they didn't do that with our really important Hiroshima or Nagasaki footage, isn't it? Or the nuclear bomb footage, considering they got such technology, very selective. Maybe it was around in 1930s. Maybe you should have used that. Maybe NASA should have used that. Maybe should have used it on the moon missions. That would have been good. Really annoying now I think about it. Anyway. Platform Straw, 666 watching. No, I got 697 is 6. Let me refresh. Probably gone down a bit. Anyway, I'm going to do some more sharing. Now, what I've been up to this week, I did a fabulous little vlog showing Walt Gorodizny concerning predictive programming in the Great Expositions, the World's Fair of New York. So that was really enjoyable. So, excuse me, my feed just went down. That's all right. I'm going to share screen. I'm going to share some more stuff. Okay. Now, we're looking at 11:45. I've been talking for, well, I'll make this quick then. That's 3.5 hours. Oh, shit. Okay. Share screen and get through this quick. Peace and love to you all. Flat thumbs, good vibrations, and thanks. 1,000 people were watching. Ka-ching. I'm happy about that. So, wireless technologies. How early were they about, guys? Okay. Now, what we got here is a couple of groovy books that I'm going to share with you in the descriptions box below this video. Okay. The first book is Wireless in the Home by Liedtke. Okay. And it's from, I think it's 1922, this one, if I'm right. 1922. And it shows you wireless innovations in the home. A lot of them, actually, which are not really thought of to be used till many, many years later. You know, when they bring out the internet and they tell you all of it's brand new and Skype. Yeah, Skype's new, man. Yeah? No, it ain't. You're using it like at least, you know, in 1920 in Germany. So the fascination with radio and telephony goes into the Marconi narrative, etc. But it does tell you what cool, groovy things they have in the home in this period. Wireless technology, okay, to your home. And it shows you how it's all set up, goes into quite detail as well. And tuning coils, which I find absolutely fascinating. Obviously, I can't read all of this out now because there's no time. And detectors and what looks like some sort of, what I would say is a magneto of sorts. It's a vacuum tube and a bulb. Shape of electric light, so pretty much like that everlasting bulb. So they can do that anyway. You know, they can shoot a laser beam up to the sodium layer above us, before, you know, below the firmament, and they can make a star. They can make a star. Now, we've witnessed a few strange lights. Mel, who's in chat now, sent me from Nottingham, Bilborough, some strange lights in the sky. Blew my mind. Last night, Waltage, who's my brother Walt, who's from Media, was driving home from Thanksgiving and seen just the strangest formations of lights, like they're getting out of here again, and they kept popping out, popping back in. Look at this. Headphones. I'm sure I don't know what the honeycomb tuning one is for, but this is all wireless technology. So amplifiers. Good headphones. I bet the music sounded fantastic. So radio phone receivers, wireless. So your mobile phone, basically, in your home. No wires in your home. Okay? Mobile phones with batteries. And they use vacuum tubes. We're always better. Valves are fucking excellent. So I'll give you that. That is proof that they were doing mobile phones as early as 1922. And this is Harper's wireless book. And what it gives you is advertising for things that were actually available. Look at this for an array. Harper's wireless. So that's a wireless array. And
what they give you, so the Michigan University, is advertisements for electrical appliances, like for telegraphing, telephoning, and transmission power, and photographs. So a lot of the stuff in here is a lot earlier than you might imagine. So gasoline engine book, aircraft, and it goes into young gardeners, naturalists, boating, electricity books for boys, camping and scouting. So, wow, the Carper's books are fucking excellent. Anyway, why wireless works, electromagnetic waves, high frequency oscillations. Fantastic. Ways and means, various types of aerials, methods for connected aerials, materials and aerials, insulating and grounding. This is fucking brilliant. Instruments for sending, principles of induction coils, transformers, condensers, and helix, spark plugs, aerials, and switches. Oh, this is fab. Whoa. Detective tuning coils. It goes on to directive wireless transmission. How to build and use wireless apparatus, and this is how to establish your station. Talking by wireless, valves and wireless, and a boy's experience with wireless telegraphy, sounds and sound waves, the theory and principle of sound, experimenting with sound, making sound waves visible. Making sound waves visible, the telephone. And look at the word as well for phone as well. It's the Phoenicians. The whole thing with Bell and Bell systems and communications and vibrations. It is all the exact same story. So there's 2 books on wireless technology. Go through them yourself, guys. There's it's a hefty read, a lot of it, but it is showing you that a lot of this stuff was around quite early on. This one, I think, is when was this book around? Excuse me. That one is 1913, a little bit earlier. So before the First World War, all of that tech going down. So here's a list, another subject. We're going to some more stuff in a minute, of the great expositions. Oh, thank you, Jay. Good to see you. Thank you for that. And what you find is Japan had a lot. Kyoto had, but I fucking found this fascinating. 1889, Cardiff, where I live in Wales, okay, had a Cardiff Fine Arts and Industrial and Maritime Exposition. I'm going to have to look into that and see if I can find any existence of that still around, guys. I didn't even realize we had one. So there was the Great British Exposition, 1899. Keep your eye out for Japanese flags. There's Japanese. Osaka had one in 1903. Tokyo had a secondary one there. Britain had a lot of expos. So did America. So Hampton Roads, United States. Jamestown Exposition. Didn't Jamestown get taken out by a flood? So Nanking had one. Let's see if Hiroshima comes up, or Nagasaki. Tokyo. Nottingham, United Kingdom, Universal Exposition 1930. Work began on the site in 1913, but never held because of the First World War. So Nottingham was going to have a great exposition. Who knew? And what else we got here? Riga, Japan, Tokyo again. Wow, Wembley again, British Empire one. God, America had a lot. Tokyo again, Yokohama, Nagoya, and 1914, Tokyo again, only 5 years before its demolition. So this civilization really, of the great expositions, was completely taken out by bombing. But yeah, look at the amount of expositions over the years. And the first ones, apparently, was early, so they say, as the 1790s. 1790s. They had expositions from Prague, Paris, and then Paris, the second, and then Paris again, and then New York, first in America, 1829. Turin had one, and then Italy and Paris are sharing them, and then Britain. And the first exposition was 1849 in Britain, was Birmingham, Industrial Arts and Manufacturers. So that preceded Crystal Palace one, which was the Great Exposition here at Crystal Palace, by a few years. Oh, no. Who knew? Anyway, so this is what I've been up to, guys, this week. Okay, this week I posted this, and it's the trip to the moon with an impossible voyage. What you find fascinating with the trip to the moon is it starts out with a load of black magicians, or, you know, witches, dressed as wizards. And then basically they go from wizards, okay, like wizard shirts, you see, with their pointy hats and wizards. And then they, you know, they're planning to go to space, okay, orbiting, and they show you orbiting. This is in 1902. Okay, guys. So all imagination. And then the magicians changed their clothes then into a load of academics, which is what they're doing now, guys. They just change their clothes into a load of academics from witches, because that's all they're doing now. So that was, if you haven't seen it, that's pretty good. Second time I've actually posted that. I've got a different version as well in full color. I'm saving that. And then I did a pictorial chronology of San Francisco, which took you through San Francisco from 1906 to 1947. Fantastic little video. But this one I loved. Now, it was 4.5 hours. So, you know, 6 hours, 7 hours there this week of video more. Flat Earth British. So I did a little bit of comedy skit in it, and it was all about basically predictive programming, and there was just craziness going on. If you haven't had time to watch that, now I did get copyrighted for it, and YouTube did lock a load of adverts in it. I think I can't get them out. I think they're still there. I don't see them. So if there are, it ain't me. Just letting you know. So just as a little treat, this was, if you haven't seen it, it's only a few minutes, but it's a little comedy sketch that I put this week up on a Flat Earth British Think Tank on that video I just watched you. And it's just for 2 minutes or 10 minutes, because I've got to do something. And it'll be a little adventure of Timmy and Lucy. Enjoy.
1964. What we find is a couple of all American teenagers, Lucy and Timmy, that have been let out into the world for the very first time. They actually don't know shit about shit, as you will see. So let's follow the adventures of Lucy. I've always loved monorail. I had one for my 8th birthday, but it got smashed at my birthday party. Unfortunate. So yeah, they have a massive monorail. Here they are. Oh, look, Timmy, isn't it fantastic? Look, birds. I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. Well, yeah, well, we've been locked in Grandma's basement for the last 14 years. Yeah, it was really...
Oh, sorry about that. I left the room. Damn. Sorry about that. It broke and I left the room.
I ever see. Yeah, me too. I'm a bit piddly. Oh, wow, look, it's so big. What's happening? Oh, it's a flying thing. I don't know what it is. We've been locked in Granny's basement. Oh, my God, what is that? We're definitely going up that, aren't we, Lucy? Yeah, so we're going to go up that, Timmy. It's very tall, isn't it? What is that? What is that? Oh, the balloons. Okay. Oh, candy floss. Doesn't it taste wonderful? Yeah, it tastes really, really nice. Oh, fairgrounds. This is where you can win a goldfish and lose all your money and vomit everywhere. Let's go to the horses. Guaranteed vomit on them. Oh, look at that guy with the duck's ass haircut. He nearly got his head chopped off by the bottom of that car. Oh, it's so exciting. Oh, it's the best day of my life. Ever, ever, ever. Oh, except that one Christmas.
Indeed melted. Echo. I'll put it back on now. Big shout to Zach. Stay there, Zach.
When I was bought that Brussels sprout. But this is beautiful. Ah, look at these flags. I wonder what they mean. Oh, look, I've heard of China. Oh, that was brilliant in there. The Thai Sharawang. Oh, yeah, we had a great time. Look, let's not walk. Let's run. Let's just ignore everybody and run. Oh, it's so carefree. Should we get in here? Yeah. Should we get somebody to push us around? Like a little charwalla? Oh, no, you do it, bitch. Okay. So, oh, Mohans. Oh, can I touch you? You're nice. Can I touch that too? You're nice. Oh, really? Can I cop a feel? No, you can't, you dirty guy. Yeah, nice Chinese ladies. So, what we got here? Oh, Peppy. Oh, no, it's Peep. Shall we go in there? There might be naked ladies. I'm 14. I'm old enough. No, you won't be looking at any of them. Oh, look, there's some ladies from a foreign country. Are you Red Indians? No, but we are Indian. American States Exhibit. Now, this American Science Exhibit. Wow, this is going to blow my freaking mind off. What is everything? I don't know. Stop touching me. You can't keep your hands off me. Anyway, well, we have been locked in that basement for the last 14 years. So, oh my, what is going on? I don't know. I can't stop running. It's probably all of that ketamine I had before I left the house. Nanny gives it to me in my cornflakes. It's to fortify them, she says. Look, it's communications. What does it mean? I don't know. Wow, this is fantastic. Oh, I've piddled a bit again. Oh, what do you think, Timmy? Shall we touch it? Shall we eat them? Shall I jump in it? Is this the DNA strand before it's actually been discovered? Oh, yeah, look, they're playing cards with the DNA strand, possibly. What does this mean? Timmy, what does this mean? It looks absolute nonsense. Is it heliocentrism? Yes, we just walk on. We just ignore that. It's pathetic. Look, bite the head off a pigeon. Cost $10. Look, we're going to gas the pigeon and then miraculously bring it back to life. It's a dove. It's a dove. The dove from above has miraculous talents and high-end intelligence and is programming this computer for us. In fact, the secret is that a dove and a pigeon are actually programming the entire internet. This is the early days of communication, obviously, 1964. So they have brass bands for, virtual music overs, and very exciting as well. So what's the deal anyway with this guy? Oh, he's going to go and grab a... No, he slipped on a banana skin. He's going back again. Right, let's do some more. We don't actually get puffed out, do we? No, we don't. Should we go and look in there? It looks like it's about the Bell. Oh, it's Bell Systems, Communications, and modern things. Let's look. Fuck the people. Just run through. Don't even buy a ticket. Right, modern switchboards. Oh, look, Timmy, there's buttons and everything. Shall I push one? You keep me away from them. I'm a bit of a button pusher, actually, Lucy. I was meaning to tell you. Yeah. Well, I'm getting to know this as you're getting older, Timmy. Oh, look, it's a really, really nice white phone. Right. Well, let's just ignore the people on Skype calls because that's not really important. Let's move on to this lady who's going to give us basically an education on new communication device. Hello, what's your name? Your name's Timmy. I'll name you Timmy. Look, let me touch you, Timmy. Let me put this box in your top pocket. Okay, now, what's going to happen here? What's your name? My name's Lucy. Hi, Lucy. Would you please ring that number, just number 1? I'll do. Oh, I can hear you from the speaker, Timmy. Stand back. Yeah, you can hear me. Look, I'm touching it. I took it out without actually being told to take it out. Look, I'm prompted. I did well. Thank you. Anyway, the next one. So, what we got here, this is the modern day computer. This is someday everybody will have one. And basically, you get a printout of your communications with, if you have any friends, a friend. Well, I haven't. We've been locked in the basement. But it's a man saying dirty things. Put the phone down. Yeah, that happens a lot. The phone. So what we got here? Oh, right. It's a giant phone. Right. Dial and see where it stops and see what person you answer to. Okay, because a random person in New York will pick up the phone and say hiya, which is not really that safe in the modern world if you're 14. Anyway, so this is what all communications will look like in the future. What's your name? Timmy. What's your name? Lisa. Lucy. Timmy. Hi. Bye. God, they're dense. Push button phoning. Oh, let's have a go with this. Are we still pushing in? Are we still not paying? obviously. Well, this lady looks clever. Hello, lady. Oh my God, what are these two creepy kids? Look, numbers. If you put them in a phone in a specific order, you can actually telephone and communicate. Wow, that's so fascinating. Let's have a go. Let's ring our grandmother. Okay, we're out, Granny. We are out of our prison, and it's lovely. Feels so fresh, so clean. God, David, thanks. Electronic Central Officing Services. No, let's check this out. Now, this lady seems really nice looking. Let's go and have a look. Oh, Timmy. Oh, hello, nice lady. Hello, Lucy. Hello, Timmy. Well, that's really scary. She knew our names already. Anyway, what we're going to tell you here is a big secret that nobody must know. If you tell anybody, we'll have to kill you. But what it is actually is one day in the far off future, you'll be able to see my face on a television screen. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. You want to think of the implications of what is going to happen in the future. There's going to be a giant computer who's going to be the biggest brain ever, and it's going to come to a combination of 42. No, that's not true. What it's really going to do, it's going to be programmed by a dove from above. Let's see how this goes down. It's going to be really, really technical. You see, in 50 years' time, everybody will have a device. Well, fantastic. Yeah, you can bring a Pornhub, or you can bring a Kill Your Granny, Dial M for Murder. That's always a popular one in this time period. Hi, you're late home, Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah, I went to visit Granny. She said what big eyes she got. She got big eyes and she got big teeth. I'm going to ring Granny, see if she's taking that crack cocaine again. Granny. No, she seems fine. Hi, Granny. Are you okay? You're really cross with me. Yeah. So. Dun 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 dun. That's the music, flashy lights. So a white phone. You gotta watch white phones, they're really sinister. Hello. Hi, Granny. Oh, you're back to Granny again. Do you see how Little Red Riding Hood never got a face bit off and everything went back to normal? And do you know what we can thank for that? The innovation of the telephone. Okay, I hope we learned something good here today. Now, what we got to see, our next victim, our next actor, is a lady called Amanda, and she's going to ring somebody who's not actually her husband while her husband is out. Let's see how this goes down. Yeah, he's not picking up. He's not picking up because he knows that she's no good for him. So she's discussing it with a friend. Yeah, he might ring tonight. Yeah. Hang on, I'll ring her. I'll pretend I'm you. Hello, Frederick. Yeah, she's not here right now. Yeah, but she's married, you know, but I'm single. Hi, yeah. I was actually thinking of giving her a bounce anyway. Sure, give it to me. Give him to me. No, fuck off. I'm having the sailor. Oh, hi, sweetie. As you can see, life is a bit complicated when you get older, as I have found out myself. Here is my mother. She talks to me on the phone also. Hi, daughter. Oh, you're such an annoying bastard. You still working at the phone depot? Yeah. I don't love you anyway. Bye. So a mother's not very nice, a bit like all mothers, really, or some mothers. So now she's ringing somebody else. I wonder who it is. I wonder if it's Frederick. I wonder if she's... It's Frederick the sailor. He's coming home on leave and he's visiting Amanda's mother. Isn't that a pleasant outcome? Maybe not. I reckon she could be nuisance calling. She's nuisance calling. Yeah. My mother is actually a narcissist, as you will find most mothers are. Right, psychopath. Look at those eyes. Yeah, that is complete and utter contempt for humanity. Look at her. She's writing stuff down. She's collecting information on you all. This, by the way, will not happen in any regard, in any way in the future. Okay, no phone calls will ever be listened to, or no information will be collected, or any data. So everything you do in the future will be completely private. Well, that's fantastic. Is that so? Well, nobody will know anything. Yeah, nobody will know anything you get up to in the future on the telephone. Okay, so everything's going to be prim and proper. No funny business. So here's Amanda. She's checking if her roast is done because she left it in the oven when she went out to work at 8 o'clock this morning. A man in a garage with his wife, who's baking to death, is actually a three-way conduit to switching on the air conditioning to get in the beef joints fumes out. I noticed they don't have to tether their dogs to cut the grass in this, but they get the sprinklers on to get the little mutts off. So this guy's actual designation in life is his wife waits outside. He sorts out the whole of reality from a telephone box. Yeah, isn't it fantastic? And who knew? There's loads of these little mind helpers, and we're lady helpers too, that set up reality before it actually collapses. Yeah, this is true. Sometimes they get it wrong and they make things go missing. Right, here's our supercomputer. This one was basically programmed by a horde of gazelle. Yeah, I know, but they are really, really intelligent. So what we got is communication satellites that will never ever work. It come out of the Brian of Arthur Clarke, who you don't know about yet, but you will in a year or two. He's going to come up with a lot of stuff that he's going to make you believe by repeating it all the time. So, wow, that was an exciting night. Lucy, do you any chance of copying a fit? No, look at that. It's going up. It's going. Yeah, sidetracked. No kisses. We're going to maybe go up that really, really, really long thing. Shall we? Okay, let's run, shall we? Should we run through the water? Let's run again like a couple of idiots. But it hasn't worn off yet, all like drugs. So we're going up in the lift with a load of people who are the Prisoner TV series from Puff Marion. Okay. Oh, there's Alaska. Oh, is it really? I've seen it on a map. Oh, it's closer than I thought. Yeah, the maps are perceptive, aren't they? Oh my God, I'm feeling really pukey. So high. Wow, isn't it fantastic? How long do you think it's been here? Oh, it's been here forever, Granny told us. It was built in the days of Tartaria. Oh, she does tell some truths then. Oh, yeah. And she feeds us pretty well. Look how clean and tidy we are. Yeah, we're all American children, aren't we? Yeah, with English accents. It's really weird, isn't it? The narrator is not very good at American accents, it would seem. We'll see. Timmy! I love you, Lucy. Timmy, you're just weird. You're also my brother. Oh, isn't it beautiful? Looks real. Yeah, try not to stick your finger through it. Oh, I'm leaning on you. Oh, it's such a romantic ending. Bell systems. Cluage. Enjoy.
Century 21 Corey. We
I enjoyed that.
is
Thanks, guys. What a
bit
fucking
footage
fabulous night
from
tonight.
a highly
583 of you still
futuristic
watching. A couple of hundred of you still
York
watching in Ontario. I
World's
don't know
Fair,
many of you watching
1964.
Facebook. What a
What we
fantastic
find
fucking night.
is a
Thanks for
couple
that.
of
I will
all
hopefully be
American
back tomorrow.
teenagers,
It's
Lucy
basically
and
it's
Timmy,
Sunday
that
now. I've still
let
got a
house
bit to
into
share.
the world for the
True.
very
No,
first time.
I haven't
They
nowhere near
actually
got
don't
through
know
it all,
shit
guys. But
about shit.
yeah, what do you think on
as
that
you will
dozy
see.
pair?
So
Yeah,
let's follow
Tim and Lucy.
the adventures of
They should have made more
Lucy
documentaries
and
from the
Timmy as they
voiceover.
visit
Now let me
the World's
shout
Fair.
you all. Just soldier. Ooh,
So first,
Echo.
they have a monorail, which I have always.
thanks. The volume was on the other thing. Zach, who was good times for all there. Thanks, mind blowing. He was gone to a flea market today to sell a load of. There was a load of flat Earth stuff was there, which was rather groovy. Looked really good. Enjoyed that today, Zach. And thanks for the link about the 1833 stars falling thing that I had no idea about. So thanks, my brother. Much love to you. Catch up with you soon. Zachary Sambala. So yeah, I'm going to demolish fucking NASA this week as well. So stay tuned for that. I might get some of that up tomorrow. I got so much to bring to you. It's very, very exciting. Plus, we're going to push the bar a little bit more. Fixed. I know. Okay, let me give you a few of you a shout before I go because it's getting on. So Captain Rankin, again, thank you so much. Cindy, thank you so much. Sonia Testament, thank you so much. Jughead, always, thank you so much. Just make sure that's all. Who else we got? Liddy or Julie, thanks for all of the juicage. I'll be hopefully bringing some of that on the next day or two. That Bell stuff is fantastic. Dreamwatcher, if you go from Scotland. Mother Ovram. Glenn, who's in Aussie lands. Rain Girl, I love. Wooder Nichols, loved your last video, Wood Nichols, with that dude. That was so brilliant. Their mushrooms were fucking awesome. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Cheryl Bailey, it was my friend in Texas land. Asian here. Other Billy's Auger Jap. Free Press 666. Italian buildings were inhabited by other land masses. He says. Gerardo Celtic W, nice one. Chris Duggan, nice one. Michelle Valicchio, thank you for that as well, Michelle. Marcel, thank you, Marcel. Tracy, Kat, wow.
Superior thank you as always. I love a flat day as well. Superior. Marcus Mason and Sapoilt. My name is spelled Sapioit. Sapioit. Platform Sapioit. Dig your name. Jughead, Jab Carroted, who was Italian Carroted, but is no longer Italian. Maybe she changed her name by default. Regalio, Breslau, and Cal Epic. Thanks, Carl Garrison. So, 550, you make sure to share this out, okay, guys? Get this word out, Flat Earth British word, because we're in the saving humanity business and there's no time to fuck around and time is running out, guys. I can't do any more than I'm fucking doing. I need help. There's fucking 1,000 people here tonight and there's a fucking pandemic. Let's get our asses in fucking gear and get something moving, okay? And Barbaria, Wales, or Barbaria, Britain, is going to be coming very soon because I'm going to be pushing for that because, like I said, time's running up. Okay, guys? If I was to give advice at the moment, I would say to pay attention. Pay attention. I think you should concentrate on being aware and being alert and attentive. So I think concentration is important at this time because they are fuzzy in our minds and there's a lot of things happening in the realm. Could be very, very, very fucking confusing for, you know, most people. Okay. But if you concentrate on the goal at hand, see it, envision it, okay, intend it, see beyond that point and not the point itself, but beyond that without any doubt whatsoever. And I can guarantee you that is what is going to happen because that's how this fucking place works. We are the manifestors of reality. They have taken everything from us, guys. Okay, but we're getting it back. They're going to be gone any day soon. They're just rats from a sinking ship, wondering how they're going to fucking manage. This is why this resets, this lockdowns are rolled over and over and over again until they could think of something to combat all of this. You know, today they were arresting people on trains, you know, and they're just going double fucking crazy. And these police, they're not police. They're some sort of private army that just turn up all over the place. They are just not going to fuck off unless we get a little bit more noisy. So I'm going to be a bit more noisy, guys, because the way I see it is what we got to lose. We need to get everybody sovereign, okay? Not part of their Phoenician paradigm anymore. For every living man, woman, and child on this plane, sovereignty is what's awaiting us. Okay, guys? Freedom for all. That's what awaits us. So just let's get this on now. Okay? Anyway, that's my thoughts. And like I said, guys, get loads of people to listen to me because I want to share my thoughts about what's happening and everything because we're pretty, you know, ahead of everybody else on the realm at the moment, that we can help. Okay? And we can fix it all. Us. I know. So much love to you all. Anyway, I gotta go. Stuff Bugle. This is Flat Earth Map. Nice one. Ancient Gold, Niven. Don't let them wear you down. Don't take no notice. Yeah, don't give them your fucking energy. That's part of the magic spell, guys. Okay? Don't give them the energy. They got nothing. Nothing. They got no power over us. The power is with the people, and it always has been, guys. Okay? Julie and Nathan, who is National Memorial Gardens. Thank you, Nathan, my brother. Roma, yes. And I'm going to be checking out anytime soon. Ash Mehdi. Okay. Now, there's still 565 of you there in the chat. I don't even know many in the Tatarian chat. But I did pick up 172 of you as well. So 600, 700, still like 800 people of you hanging around you, guys. I got to get going. It's like nearly 3.5 hours. Nobody will watch this back. Flat thumbs to all. I hope you feel awesome after all that fun and excitement. I do. I'm elated and I love Flat Earth Britishness. Okay, you people literally fucking rock. The vibration in that chat is like nowhere else I've ever been. It's fucking electric. I love it. I love you all. Oh, Vlad on Flat Earth. Thanks for you as well, brother. Good to see you, Vlad. Anyway, keep it flat and I'll be back very soon. Flat thumbs. Christine Carey as well. Oh, Stacey. Fireworks. In Massachusetts. Liddy and Cat. Okay? Yeah, laugh at them all. Yeah? Just laugh at it all. Best thing to do is just be happy. Okay? Martin, Flat Earth British will come here and I'll teach you how to be happy. And an expert master, like Kung Fu master, of not giving a fuckness. Okay? Which is what I've got going. And care not attitude. Okay, except for all of this. Peace and love to you all. Be good. And I'll see you maybe tomorrow, Sunday, if I can get up and do a post if I get time, okay? Because I've got more to bring to you. And I got videos made as well of outings in antiquity and stuff, and lots to show you. And the rest of what I was going to show you in this, okay? Plus, I want to show you tomorrow. No, I'll tell you then. Oh, I got a rabbit on the floor, yeah? I got a rabbit on the floor. Rabbit. So, what you say? What you think of Flat British? Yeah, is it good? Yeah, oh. So, scratch my arm. I'm pissed off and stamping. Dogs. I picked him up. Her. As you can see, she's a pretty girl. Anyway, oh, cute. Oh, look at you all, you big softies. I know. Coaching. There, that was a good ending, wasn't it? A bunny rabbit. Yeah, I know. We nailed it. Anyway, thanks for everybody who watched. Over 1,000 people. That's fantastic. Epic. Flatterday night, and I'll be back very soon, okay? Keep these going. Keep it all going, okay? Super fantastic. We don't do anything else, guys, okay? We won.